Oh my god.
Buonasera. Good evening. Oh, by the way, no one actually gave me anything funny to mention. As I said welcome. So get better prepared. Right?
What just came out of your mouth?
Remember,
DM isn't drunk. He's not drunk.
I'm not drunk. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another session of Fate's Grip, episode 31, Resting Place.
I don't like the name of this episode. It gives me like
What's it
real
called?
bad
What's it
vibes.
called?
It's called Resting Place.
It's
We're
where
all gonna die
Resting
here.
bitch
Amara
place.
is resting in the ground.
That's what it's called.
Arrested.
Resting bitch place.
Damn, that would have been so much better.
Yeah, because we're little bitches.
Why am I so serious about the names of these episodes? Why am I just serious?
Why should they get seriously, Michele?
Apparently.
I don't know why.
Apparently. I just see you, Rook. I just see you. So, no, in terms of just my own vision. And so I miss you a little bit when I do this.
That's okay.
Okay. All right, just bear that in
Your
mind.
face is embedded in my mind when I close my eyes.
Okay.
Amazing.
So this is episode 30?
31. 31. Resting Place. Welcome everybody who are watching. Dad, if you're home and you're watching, welcome. Talked about. Actually, my dad
Oh my God, I should
tunes
my
in.
dad to watch this.
Oh, hey,
This is
Dad.
notepad.
Yeah, my dad Sam. You've seen his face. On Father's Day, he knows you.
He's also my dad.
Oh wow! Huh, jeez,
He's also my dad.
What a revelation.
crazy.
He's my surrogate dad.
Guys, everybody, thank you very much for coming in and checking us out. Hopefully the sound is as good as this guy's stream was on Tuesday. First shout out back to you, Sheldon. Thank you so much for doing Tuesday's session. It was freaking awesome.
Oh, just me? Okay.
I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to check out the one shot that we did, Crixus's Curse, please
That's
check it out.
Chris's other way.
I'm dyslexic, okay? You got me.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Please check it out on
Take time out.
on this channel. Have you put it up on YouTube?
Not on YouTube yet.
That's okay.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Which was
NVCDM just commented saying, solid one shot, snakes.
Jesus, God, can we just give him a
It was
shout
nice
out
and
for a
friendly.
second?
Yeah, what a guy. What a guy. NVCDM, what a dude.
Thank you so much for always coming in and chatting.
Awesome.
Subbing, like, giving
Yeah.
subs all the time.
It's ridiculous.
Man.
Stop it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing all of that. We really appreciate it. We hope we're entertaining enough for you. Me, these guys just do it naturally. What other announcements would you like to announce?
Okay, so I'm just looking at the little rewards that you've created in here. So I'm gonna tap on one, and I'm gonna nominate you, DM, to do a little dance.
Oh.
Can I do it sitting down? Because
No,
then
you said stand up.
oh, I
You
did
said
say
you-
stand up, but then
yeah.
people just get a picture of my. Okay, I'm gonna
Just do a half stand.
half stand.
Half
Okay.
stand. Do a handstand.
That's
oh God,
beautiful.
I'm scared.
I hate it. That's worse than Andy's dancing.
Oh,
Okay, anyway,
Oh,
I'm so
jeez.
glad that so that's what
I
you
did a
can-
shimmy. I mean,
that's
That's
not
what
a
you can.
shimmy.
That's what
Okay.
you can earn for 1,000 points. Make sure that you only nominate Michele from now on.
Yeah, it's actually the DM only.
What are the other ones in there?
So the other ones we have in there are hats off to you. Who's wearing a hat?
No one.
nobody.
I don't know.
That's okay. I'll fix that. I think
What
that's
does it mean? Gunnar has to take his hat off.
correct. In the game, if you
You
have
have
a
to take his shirt off.
if you're in the game, it's the character, not you.
Okay, cool. And what
Wait,
about
so who
what
has a
about-
hat?
This guy, at the moment,
I have a hood.
We need to
correct.
go shopping.
Correct.
You shan't.
I get that.
And then we've got drop it. Are we dropping an item?
Dropping a weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we can.
Amara has to do the lap dance.
Like,
No, that was.
does
No.
Amara drop her hand?
Pretty much.
No, that was.
You have to drop your hand.
As in an item, can that include a character?
Correct.
It might. Apparently, it's a little hard to
No.
hear some of us.
Who is it? Who's hard to hear? Who's hard to hear?
Yeah, if you could, hey, Little Miss NZ, who's tuning in,
Well, thank
Oh.
you.
if you could specify who it is.
Boyfriend's handsome.
Whoa. That would be fantastic. So that,
Is the thing right?
Messaging.
It's all the way up.
Oh, so Little Miss NZ
Does this need to
is
change
part
the
of
buttons here?
her own
Possibly.
D&D stream
Yes.
with her partner Insidious Risk. So really, really cool.
Okay.
Um,
Who's hard to hear?
all of us
we're
that
doing the
aren't
buttons.
Michele.
Oh,
Has to go like this. That's all.
Okay, hopefully that helps.
The knob needs to be up.
Yeah, is that better?
Do you know what I would like? If one time we could just make serious announcements.
Is that on the right setting? That one?
Technical
Yes,
difficulties.
it is.
Yeah, that's not me.
Test. Is that better?
Now we can make
Better?
serious announcements.
Is that
Okay, so back to the announcements. So awesome, we've got some rewards now. Second announcement, we have a giveaway on the way. I don't want to drop names yet, just in case anything gets lost in transit. But we have some stuff shipping from the US that we're going to be able to give away on the stream. And it is something that maybe a goblin would like. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Children.
From the US.
Good. Final announcement from me. On Friday, this coming Friday in Australian Eastern Standard Time, Thursday if you're in the US, you will finally be able to listen to my chat with DM Zach007. Super excited. We talk all things Everon. We talk about this campaign. We talk about a campaign that he's thinking of running.
Yeah.
It sounds like lots of fun. So tune in DM Zach007 on Friday.
Beautiful.
Exciting.
I do have another one. Speaking of,
Yeah.
last Monday was my last session with Last Nerds on Earth. So I was in their podcast, and they had me on for one more, and I was super appreciative to be with them. And my character, you'll have to find out what happens to him.
Oh no.
As
That sounds grim.
as the podcast becomes live. I won't spoil it for you guys, but I just want to say thank you so much, Last Nerds. Please follow them on Twitter and listen to their podcast, because they are such a bunch of friendly people in the US, and they were happy enough to have me on there. So thank you. I had lots of fun with Turolo. Cool. What else we got? Come on, I don't want to do this tonight, so you guys have to just keep shouting things out.
If Thulrom would like to check the comments.
Oh, uh-oh.
Little dance. Okay.
No.
Oh, nice. Listen, that was pretty good, and you almost hit Gunner, so well done.
Good. So close.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, drop 10 subs.
I just
Wow.
want to say that someone actually shouted us out on Twitter, like, for a Follow Friday.
Oh,
and
geez.
This Follow Friday was like a breakdown of, if you like this, tune into these guys. And
Oh,
if you
wow.
like this. So, what do you reckon our descriptor is?
Okay, something about Aussie.
No, it was, if you like chaos,
Really?
tune in. And I was just like,
Oh,
compliment?
interesting.
I'm
know.
unspoken.
I mean, that
Yeah.
has. I guess that has something to say about me, but I'm not sure. Do I steer you? Do you feel like I steer you guys too much into the
No.
unknown chaos? Well,
Never happened.
Last
Okay.
but not least, final shout out. I'm just gonna Will Smith across the street.
Oh, yes, the man, the legend.
To Thulrom. We have to always thank Meeples and Dragons,
Of course.
because amazing guys. Support local, do it. Buy some cool shirts. This one's the cleric shirt. Super cool. Balance of life and death on the scales. We all have these shirts. You probably saw us frozen last week wearing them. Thank you if you tuned into the
Yeah.
episode with technical difficulties. But you can find these shirts every class. Individual designs, pretty dope. They also come on dice boxes.
yes, they
Like,
do.
and they have some cool products coming soon that you should tune in for that also have classes on it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
pretty exciting stuff, actually.
Yeah,
That's
sign up for
awesome.
their newsletter. They gave out of a Harley screen, which is worth like
Yeah.
$500-600 a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, damn.
Damn, son.
Definitely check those guys
I
out.
wanted the screen, and I was
want
like,
the screen.
nah.
Where do you buy these?
Huh?
Where do you buy these?
On Meeples and Dragons website.
Nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Awesome.
They also ship internationally.
They do.
And they're rad.
And they are pretty cool. Cool people. Thank you, guys. Awesome. All right. Oh, what? What happened?
Insidious Risk. So
friend.
this is Insidious Risk is Little Miss NZ's partner, who we were just talking about before. He's just gifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, says that at the top.
All right.
It's
He's
'cause
just
I said you're
gifted
handsome.
5 subscriptions.
Insidious.
Now to sexy.
My gosh.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Wow. Huh?
They've granted a total of 6 to the channel. Have you got a sub yet?
Jeez, guys.
I don't know
Thank
how
you
it
so
Yeah,
much.
I saw-
What the hell? We haven't even started yet. Thank you.
We've just been talking shit
Let's
for
just
like
get
15
naked.
minutes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Insidious.
I'll do a couple extra.
You guys.
Oh, Little Miss NZ just did it too. That's 10
Kyle has went down. Wow.
Oh,
Bloody hell.
Wow.
Guys,
Guys.
you're just gonna make.
There's a couple fight going on.
Yeah.
There's a couple fight happening.
Continue, just keep it going.
And
Oh
while
my
you're there,
god.
check out our new rewards and nominate people to do dances.
Oh jeez, guys.
Maybe Gunner.
Bloody hell.
I can't dance.
You guys are just too kind. Seriously.
Oh my god, there's more!
Oh,
There's
guys,
so many
honestly.
more!
What?
What's happening? He gifted my dad one!
Oh,
Dad.
shivers.
Who's your dad? Which one's your dad?
F1 turf.
Oh, I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. And so appreciative. Thank you. We're just
Oh my god, Little Miss just did it again!
Oh, guys.
we've got to start sometime.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone just settle down.
Settle your pedals.
Wow.
We
Wow.
love you so much.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. Thank you.
We're gonna name rewards after these people.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, let's do at least that, and get right stuck into a bit of
I'm
a
like sweating.
yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm sweating.
Okay.
It is warm in here.
I'm sweating.
It is actually pretty warm.
I'm gonna recap.
Yeah, let's
And we're gonna get into it so we can entertain these super generous people.
Wow.
Big thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Honestly, guys.
absolutely. Okay, so episode 31, resting place. So here's where we left off. Thulroms Five, while competing in the aerial jousting tournament in the Hollow Tower in Shan, were interrupted by an old man called Obra Dinn, a benefactor of Gunnar, who up until now has been speaking of expanding the mind of Gunnar, also known as Char. You all agreed to go with him, his words admitting he cared not for the fate of Gunnar's companions, but just to his power growing and lessons learned. You all appeared before a 3-story building, the old man out on the balcony on the 3rd level, quite close to the Hollow Tower, gesturing you to come forth. You all did, with a slight detour to send a message to Osei, tricking a halfling lookout and enticing him with jujubes, a pineapple-flavoured treat, in fact. You went into the rooms of the home, overcome by past wounds in mirrors, but avoiding the worst of possible outcomes, using the Ring of True Sight to overcome a bridge that you were destined not to cross, and heard the entire population of Shan in your thoughts all at once, some of you suffering more than others. You leapt through a doorway to another place of golden halls and doors, as your very thoughts materialized in the room last, taking some goods with you and appearing in the pathway of light and shimmering purple. The corridor wide and vast, all doors closed, and a silence that screamed in your minds. And Obra Dinn, inviting you to rest in here before new challenges might await you. During this time, Gunnar, you were rewarded for some of your uncoverings in this room with new knowledge, a spell of clairvoyance now known to you. For how long, you're not sure. So, we leave off where you all look behind you and you no longer see an open door where you once came, where the multiple of malestras and quivers of arrows left you behind. But in this room that has no ceiling, that simply opens up to this purple and white shimmer beyond these doors, which are translucent but solid. As you look behind and you sort of feel your hand up against one of them, it is certainly there and real. The hall going forth beyond your sight around to the right, looking back simply the other way and around the bend again. This hall is still, but the outside is where, as though the wind is semi-solid, moves and swirls, though you don't feel a breeze, but you feel complete stillness. The doors to your right and your left are very evenly spaced, about 15 feet apart, all closed, and nothing else. So, a moment passes and you hear in your mind, Gunnar, do not stray far. As Obra Dinn's communication is still strong, but you feel slightly less so in this particular place, as though his voice has dropped to almost a whisper, whereas the room before, it was simply his voice. Something has changed in this room. What would you all like to do?
Is there anyone else in the room?
This hallway?
Hallway.
Make a perception check for me.
15.
Okay. And you look to the right and to the left and beyond, and you see simply beneath you a solid golden sparkling floor made of what looks to be pure gold. And you follow that into the furthest distance that your half-elf eyes can take you. And looking really close, you notice that there in fact is a figure. Not quite sure from this distance, quite far away, just coming around the bend, from out of sight to in your vision. Hard to make out from this distance, even though the light is brilliant. It's quite hard to see.
I like squinting.
You're really squinting, but it's hard to tell.
Right.
Certainly humanoid,
Yeah.
medium in height, but otherwise unknown.
Are we all in this hallway?
You are all side by side.
And it's all entirely gold, the hall.
Correct.
I reach out, touch the wall.
As you put your hand up against the wall, you feel underneath your hand this tingling, this warmth, as immediately you almost feel a peace overtake you. And whatever anxiety and excitement that you had while rushing out of this room, Rook, you almost take a breath and feel actually quite normal. But all of a sudden,
This wall feels good. Can I make an Arcana check?
yeah, what are you trying to find out?
Am I familiar with this feeling?
With the feeling?
Yeah.
Interesting. Make an Arcana check.
Am I still hearing voices?
They have gone. You hear nothing now. Your mind is now at ease, although you still feel like you are looking back and forth at any moment. This cacophony of sounds might appear again in your mind, and you're still not overly at peace. What'd you roll, Rook?
17.
The actual feeling does, in fact, seem familiar to you. You felt before, and it was a point long ago that you recall, and the spell that was cast on you to try and ease your mind in a very tough situation was called Calm Emotions. Simply a spell to put you more at ease.
There's something magical about this room. The walls themselves seem to speak to my integrity and calm me down.
It's true. There's no ceiling here as well.
I didn't notice that.
Yes.
Yeah, quite.
But I like it. Wouldn't it be great? Imagine being at a tavern like this.
Yes, imagine. You're thinking about taking this like you took that statue.
Well, however this goes, maybe we can get something here. Now, I did notice there is someone here. Over there. You might be able to see them. They're almost 60 feet away if you squint.
Even further.
Even further.
But at this point, this figure becomes visible to all, with the light shining and reflecting. You notice this quite almost as wide as it is tall, almost square in shape. This dark green and grey, leathery skinned figure coming towards you. The head of this thing completely bald and wrinkled, and these piercing blue eyes, a staff that is supporting his weight or its weight. At first, what looks like a backpack around his shoulder, this enormous circular shell, in fact, encompasses behind him, and this shell goes over the top of his head, and his head sort of hides beneath it, almost as a shade. And it's in a perfect circle, as though he's carrying some sort of enormous shield on his back. And in the other hand, resting at the ready, at what looks to be a simple club at his side, this very large looking turtle with a belt of satchels, a belt of pockets on his waist, long pants. He's moving slowly, these dark blue pants, almost into a kilt sort of sense, and this light red open shirt that reveals just the bare skin of a chest underneath. He walks closer and closer.
Who are you?
The figure stops. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello. What is this place?
This is the corridor. Who are you?
I am Thulrum.
Welcome, Thulrom. And he sort of grins at you, and you see that he has no teeth at all. These lips large and sort of bending inward. And it's sort of like this a little bit. But he's speaking actually quite nicely. In fact, although there is a bit of an echo there.
I'm going to turn to the other and say,
Hello. Welcome to the corridor.
Are you a ghost?
No,
You sound like a ghost.
I'm not. Are you?
It's the corridor of.
Doors? Almost as a question.
Okay.
I am a traveler. Are you?
Not willing travelers.
You're not a resident of this place.
No.
Oh, is this like what? Is what Aberdeen said? Remember, he said that people use this corridor to travel between places.
Oh.
He said that a week ago. So
It's been a week.
As you say that, you all then recall something. A certain halfling that was at the inn that let a genie leave described, in fact, such a place where he, as a young person, travelled through as well.
did he say that to all of us, or just to those two?
You two, Barclays and Rook, you recall him saying that he had travelled in a very similar place, this hallway.
That was
Alex.
Alex.
My friend, how long have you been traveling these corridors for?
Time stops here. We age, but the doors do not.
Do you meet many travelers along this way?
Many. You are one of them.
Anyone outside of this moment, my friend?
Not for some time.
So, which is your favorite door?
Ah, the one through I live.
You. Okay.
The Lazar principalities, a few doors behind.
Wait, if time stops, how can there be time?
Oh, I don't know. But all I know is it does.
So, why are you here?
I need a drink.
Don't we
And they don't have drink in the Lazar principalities?
Not the one I want.
How old are you?
Old?
How long have you been around?
I've been around for 72 years. I am in my prime.
Yes, you look great.
And his
Gotta
lips
say
just
that.
curl again.
And how old are your friends? Are they also roughly the same age too?
I have few friends.
Oh, with a man as tall, as handsome as you, that has aged so well, I find that hard to believe.
I have a life of travel, friend. Traveling does not mean meeting friends for life.
Okay.
Might I ask, have you come across an adventurer named Orlix in your travels?
Orlix, I have not.
He'd be about half into your eyes.
Would you like a drink
Yes.
with me?
I'm gonna being pretty quiet. I'm gonna look up and like, if you look at Amara right now, legitimately like her hands are just like trembling, and she's gonna look over at Gunnar, and she's gonna say, if you know anything about or remember anything, and I know that it's hard for you, but if you remember anything, now is the time to talk about it.
Can I make a perception check and see that Amara's...
I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding my shake.
Oh, wait for you guys.
Anything.
Nothing that comes nothing that's relevant. I remembered some things. He's given me some memories back, but nothing that makes any sense. They're all just pieces of
What are they?
memories, like
Like
vague,
what?
small things,
What's in these memories?
cages, mostly.
What do you mean? Physical cages?
Well, there were some physical cages, yeah. And there were other kids about my age. And those creatures, the insects, people.
Which door should we go down?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I can answer that. These doors go to many places. You must memorize which door goes where, or you may get lost forever. Yes? What can I do for you, Amara?
No, this is like.
Can you,
Oh.
can you just open a door and like look through? And
Yes,
then close it again?
you can.
Right. So
Some doors lead to other doors in the hallway.
Other horse?
Some lead to other places in your world, and some lead to other worlds. Some lead to the byways. That is where I am going.
We're standing behind a door that we just came through. right?
Correct.
Where does this door go to? If you were to go through this door that we've just come through, where does it go to?
It
Have you been
goes
in there?
to Sean.
Oh, okay. So
I have a good memory.
Oh, you do. You have a you have a very impressive memory.
If you need to know the other doors, let me know.
Well, are you busy right now?
I was going for a drink.
Will it help you, like, make you feel good? This drink, it's better than what they've got on offer in the Lazar Principalities. Is that
Oh,
right?
yes.
I could use a drink too.
I could use it now.
Can I try and determine whether there's anything sinister about this person?
Sure, make an insight.
As she does that,
16.
A 16, okay. Continue.
after the conversation there has been going on, I've turned around and noticed Amara and how disjointed she is.
I'm very dislocated.
Emotionally, and I approach her. Amara,
Yes.
might I ask you to try something here?
It depends.
Touch this wall.
That's a really weird thing to say.
I know, but just do it.
You said before that the wall was magical
I did.
and that it helped you feel calmer. And I understand. But I don't trust this place, and I don't want this place to magically affect me. I want to stay clear-minded. Thank you.
If that's the case, pull deep and find resolve that you're with friends here. We'll get through this.
Yeah, I trust that. But I also am trying to understand how I just had all of these voices and noises in my head and I couldn't get rid of them. And I don't know how that happened, and I don't know if it will happen again, and I don't know what caused it or who caused it, so I do feel a little cagey right now.
It's understandable. In this place, I'm not sure how much is actually real.
I agree, which is why I think we all need to be aware that we were told not to stay here too long. So maybe we shouldn't.
While we're talking, Gunnar has laid down on the ground.
Okay, you're starting a short rest.
He's just staring out,
Okay, good to know.
curled up on the ground.
All right.
Gunnar, what are you doing?
Safety.
Gunnar, I'm also sleepy.
I'm really sleepy.
I understand. I've used a lot of my key energy today.
I'm really sleepy. I'm really tired. I've never been this tired before.
Right now is not the time to be
We can't
sleeping.
stay here. We can't stay here. We need to go. I don't want to be here.
Carry me.
We could carry him out.
Do you want to carry him?
I think Thulrom can. He's the biggest here.
He's the strongest.
He's the biggest. He's the
You
strongest.
wanted it to be called Thulroms
And you're Thulroms
Five.
5. You're our leader.
Thulrom, I'll give you a gold coin.
With that, I'm gonna go.
I'm going to say in everyone's mind, or attempt to, knowing that I am wearing the Ring of Mind Shielding.
You have it now.
Yeah.
I gave it to her.
Nicely done, I think.
Can I actually, would I understand that I could actually still talk to people in their minds while wearing this?
You can try.
I'm going to try
Okay.
and speak to everyone in their minds and say, I don't think we should go for a drink. I think we need to find a way out. No one can reply in my head.
Oh, I can't. What?
Everyone, you all hear the tones of Amara coming through.
I'm standing right
What if this drink makes us feel good? As in
like I knew that it would.
enriching, yeah. Vitality, maybe not so sleepy. Should we ask our total friend here what he's
Byways,
drinking?
I don't drink anymore.
No, not that drink.
It
Although
only
that
made
would be.
me feel bad.
What if it's good drink, like something that's like a potion?
I don't trust the magic here.
So
Right.
I'm gonna take the bag of holding if possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slip it over Gunner's feet all the way up to his neck. I'm just gonna tie it off nice and loose and just pick his head up and hang it right there on my belt.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
If you'll allow it, I'll stop if you tell me to.
It's basically like he's hanging by his head inside the bag.
Can you like put him on the front so it's like one of those baby carriages? You're like the man.
Are you gonna suggest that out loud? You gonna suggest that in game? Or I should.
Where are you placing him?
Well, I was gonna hang him on the hip. Little gunner head on the hip.
Hang on, is Gunner in the bag yet?
Yeah.
While they're working that
This is
out,
just something that I'm gonna try and do.
can I ask the
I'll
total?
stop if he tells me to.
I wouldn't say it unless I've seen it. So
What
you
is
do
he?
it first.
What is he drinking?
Well, there are several drinks I will have when I am there. One of them is simply called Black's Kiss, a dark liqueur which can aid you, well, give me and you energy.
Yes, energy. Good.
More energy.
We need more energy. What else are you gonna drink?
Vein of Blood is another one.
Have we heard of any of these drinks before?
Make a history check.
And so what was the first one called? It was Vein of Blood and
Black's Kiss.
Black's Kiss.
Black's Kiss.
History is satisfactory, but not great.
If you say anything over 20, I'm going to be mad.
It's 12.
A 12? None of these come to mind. There's no drinks that you've heard of with these names before.
How far away is this place?
Merely 7 doors down. I was almost there.
7 doors down. What's 3 doors down?
On the right or the left?
On the left.
On the left, 3 doors down, you'll find a world of water.
Is this your home?
I call many places home. None of them I choose to live in.
I must confess, traveler, we're not here by choice, and I'm trying to find a way to a place. Why would someone use this corridor?
I don't know.
Adventurers. People that want to escape.
And from someone like yourself that has used this corridor quite frequently, why would you force someone to use this place?
They may be lost forever without a guide. To send someone to their death is easily done here.
As we're having this conversation, the staff he's holding, is it similar to the one that you described that Oberdin's carrying?
Make a perception check.
I just want to say that I submitted a do a little dance reward in the comments for Barclays.
12 with minus one.
I want everyone to use their imaginations.
No.
And if I could dance, it'd be something like this.
Good scene.
Oh, nice. Well prepped.
Nice.
Okay, well, that's
Well
great.
prepped
You're going to do
indeed.
it.
But that's not.
Wait.
But I didn't redeem him dancing. I redeemed you dancing.
There we go.
Can you jump on the table?
That's what I would be doing.
Can you do your dance now that I paid 1,000 bits for?
Oh gosh.
No, I dance. You dance.
I did.
Dance.
I dance. I dance vicariously.
Dance.
Have a chair dance.
Okay, how about
never come round to me.
have a think about
But now I will remember
That's
that
okay.
this is how this is going to be used.
have a
going
think about
forward.
how your dance will look, Barclays, and then perhaps sometime during the stream you may surprise us with.
There was also a hydrate reminder.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I can do that.
Thank you.
many times.
Appreciate it.
And then maybe dance. Yeah.
Does anyone see what the comment says though to go with that? Because it says Emily has to finish her drink.
Oh God,
Yeah, do it.
who submitted it? Anyway, back to it.
That's like a full beer.
While Amara continues, looking down at the walking stick rook, it is not like Oberdin's.
Okay.
This particular one is not gnarly and bent. It is completely straight, made of a different kind of wood, much lighter, but very well varnished. It just seems it does have 3 silver bands towards the top, and simply it comes down to a silver or steel point at the bottom, but that is certainly different from what Oberdin was wearing.
Okay. I think we need to make use of this slipstream and maybe just try a door. There's a reason why we're here, and we shouldn't dawdle.
So we're going to turn back to the total.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 6 doors, right? 3 on each side.
Are you asking me?
You're asking me.
We shouldn't dawdle.
Every 15 feet, there is a door on the left and the right, indefinitely.
Where do we want to go?
Well, I'd like to get some of these drinks. Just my suggestion, if they're going to make us feel good. But, does anyone have any clues?
What was the last thing Oberdin told us?
The
He
la-
said- I
Go
wasn't
on.
sleeping.
Is he? So did I manage to get him in the bag?
Who's this?
Get him in the bag.
This guy.
Is this in the bag of holding?
Yeah. He said pick him up.
Don't put him in there.
No, just up to his armpits.
Oh
So
my.
his arms are hanging out. Just for easy transport.
Gunnar, you do feel Thulrom picking you up, and you do feel him slowly trying to put you into the receptacle. Are you doing anything about it?
No.
Okay.
I'm sleeping.
Can I sit? I'm like pulling the I guess like it's a leather sack that's got a string attached around it. I'm holding it open for him to place me inside.
Okay.
Just like up to his chest and under the arms. I'll just draw it tight, then sling him
Okay, so you're trying to keep his head above.
Oh yeah, definitely keeping his head out of the bag.
Otherwise,
Okay.
we need to make a snorkel or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
As you start to put him in, he's still, he's asleep. You gently put him into the bag. You're up to the waist height at this point, and at that moment, as the legs and the waist disappear into this quite large bag now that you can tell, fitting someone even like Gunnar, his entire body, and I'll let you make one go at this, but his entire body starts to almost suck in as quickly as you can even blink, as this being is shifted into almost another place. What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab his arm and stop and the bag and just pull the two apart.
Make a strength check for me, please.
Does he get advantage because I'm helping him hold the bag open?
You were helping him hold the bag open. He was the one that was actually trying to pull him in. You can have a separate strength wall, but what you were going to do then, you're going to need to drop the bag. That's the compromise. If you're going to try and help.
So I'll pull the bag out from underneath.
So you're trying to pull out the bag from where his legs and his waist are. So sort of go the opposite direction.
Nah, I feel like originally all I was doing was holding the bag open for him, for
Yep.
Thulroms to easily
Sure.
place him in.
We've
so-
killed Gunnar!
That's a 19.
A 19. Okay. As you
holding a bin bag open to get you
sure.
help someone put stuff
Yep.
in the bin.
Yep, sure. You just don't have an extra arm to aid.
Okay.
And it just happens too quickly.
Okay.
Thorum, as you do hold him tightly, as you feel this sudden pressure, as he starts to move away from you at a speed you just didn't anticipate, but you manage to hold on to his neck, and Gunnar, you wake up and you feel pressure over your neck as though you're being choked, as Thulrom, with his meaty red claws, has wrapped both hands around you, and you feel the bottom of your body just being pulled and stretched away from you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
This was. Didn't we know this was gonna happen?
Yep.
I didn't.
I didn't. Well, we tried.
4.
You take 13 points of, we'll call it bludgeoning damage,
Stretching damage.
as you feel your entire body being pulled in and just the skin being stretched. But Thulrom does manage to pull you out before any further damage takes place, and he sort of slumps you onto the ground, onto this golden floor. Are you all right?
Possibly not.
Gunner's screaming in pain.
I'm going to cast at 2nd level Cure Wounds. So that should be nice. Not so nice. That's 12 points. If you take 12 points, get back.
Gunnar, did you know this would happen?
I was sleeping.
You are very much awake now.
You didn't wake up at all while we were handling you.
What are me and Barclays doing
Have
while
you
we're
ever held a kid when they're trying to sleep?
we're just going.
Try their very hardest to stay asleep.
Well, I'll be honest and
I didn't know you were going to shove me inside of a bag.
semi-entertaining, to
Thor
be
was
honest.
very sorry. Gunnar, I'm very sorry. I didn't know that was going to happen.
But you're awake now, yeah?
I thought I had a really good idea.
He looks absolutely trashed. Like, not just from that, like, physically, he looks like rat shit.
What?
So no
His
different
skin
to
is
normal.
also a bit off-coloured as well.
Does he look like he's getting worse over time?
As in damage-wise?
Yeah, like does he look
Can I-
more cooked now than he did before I put him in the bag?
Yes.
I healed him.
Yes. Well, not anymore, but you don't know what's going on internally, but you did feel the healing energy do something good for him.
And he still looks worse than he did before the bag.
No.
Okay.
No. Go on.
So I want to describe his condition because it's happened like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago now. This is how long it's been happening, but I think they may have forgotten what's
That's okay.
happening to me.
Go
Do you
for
mind if I do that?
Go for
I
it.
think I may have deduced it from what you're.
He's poisoned
Okay.
and he's also exhausted times 2.
thought you were
He's fucking wrecked.
Are
Yeah.
you still rolling at disadvantage on?
Yes, I'm rolling very disadvantaged.
I don't know. I thought that you'd gotten out of
No.
that from last session. Okay.
No,
Alright.
Gunner is wrecked.
Okay.
But
It's okay. He did that a lot of it to himself because he took that potion.
He poisoned himself?
No, the
No.
exhaustion. But
Okay.
I just wanted to remind you.
Thank you.
He's
No.
been through an ordeal.
Good reminder. Good reminder.
We need to get out of this hallway. Byways, where are we
Catch
going?
Goblin?
Gunner vomits.
Gunner's looking a little worse for wear prior to the bag.
You guys are bad parents.
We need to get out of this hallway.
yes.
Do you actually say that?
No,
I think while we're working this out, we have a stranger who knows where to go and possibly can give us some good advice and some drinks that will help us.
Stranger, you speak of drinks. Is there a place that we could rest safely in this?
The Byways, the inn that separates one door from the others.
Right, the Byways is what all told us about, wasn't it?
You didn't specifically hear that from him, this tavern or this inn, but this creature is telling you now.
As Gunner vomits, can I roll a medicine check to see what's up with him?
Absolutely, go for it.
Can I? No.
What are you going to say? Sift through the vomit?
No, being concerned now after that, can I give Thorum advantage on that? Now that I'm actually
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
and concerned about
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to? You take.
You roll it, That will just run.
Hey. That is.
Are you going to... Are you following this
better.
person?
No, I don't.
I don't know. I'm trying to work out what the group wants to do.
That is a unnatural 20.
Oh, okay. Looking at him and with Rook's help and you two discussing what to make of this, you realize that you can see the drawn out bags underneath Gunner's eyes. You can see him heaving and just his eyes are blinking profusely. You can see he is so tired that he's the sweat coming down his brow. He is in a very bad state currently.
So Thorum looks and goes, this looks like some kind of alcohol poisoning that I've seen before.
You know, it is actually similar, but without the alcohol. Yes.
So, going off that, I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration, which will... You touch a creature, and I just kind of, right in the middle of his forehead, I just go, oh. You touch a creature, and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay.
What are you going to choose?
I didn't get to choose it.
I would be poisoned.
All right.
You are no longer paralyzed.
I'm gonna look at Barclays and say, let's go to this.
What say you?
Yes, we need to rest.
Let's go to this place. Let's follow this person. No one else has any better ideas.
We're not actually leaving this place. We're going kind of in between.
Yeah, the byways. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go there. Let's do that.
All right. Let's yeet to the byways.
What's yeet?
Let's walk.
Okay.
Vigor.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So, you all make it. You're fine. You're right.
The couch goblin has brought drinks.
Very, very. Thank you very much.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
So, you all follow the 7 doors, and he walks slowly. This turtle, and he did walk slowly towards you initially. He says nothing as you slowly follow behind. Are you in any particular order, or are you simply just gathering?
I would be behind Byways because that's where I just said I was going.
Is someone carrying him?
Yeah, I'll carry him. This time, just.
You should just carry him.
Just on my shoulder. Yeah, I'm just gonna carry him normally this time.
I'll even let you continue that strength check for another go, and you carry him with ease. Okay.
He's been in prison.
Although Gunnar, now you simply feel exhausted. You feel internally the pain racking you from the poison that you had been administered ease and completely disappear. And you feel, yeah, it's sort of a it'll feel worse before it gets better situation, and you still feel like you really need to sleep, but otherwise better. Yeah.
As we walk, I'm gonna try and use general, not jostle them too much.
Okay.
Are you still shaking?
Yeah. A little bit trembly.
All right. So you suddenly come to a stop. Only minutes pass, but you come to a golden door with a circular handle that this turtle bends with these very long, fat fingers of grey skin and grey and green mottled skin. And as he turns, where there was silence only a moment before, the golden door swings open inward. And music. This beautiful stringed duet plays in the far side of this rectangular looking inn. You see that the floors and the walls are exactly the same fashion as the hallway. You see small and large oval and circular tables dot in no particular order or fashion in the inn itself. On the left-hand side, the bar, a rectangular sort of room, an open room, sort of continues on the left for ever. The room itself, this inn, just goes forward and doesn't stop. And you see every single table filled with people that are and beings that are talking. At this very moment, you are initially overcome with fear, as it directly in front of you, on the table closest to you, is what looks to be this figure that looks like an enormous head with stalks, and at the end of these stalks, eyes, but it is twice or three times the size of this creature that you fought in the center, in the sandpit, in the arena, this beholder. But it takes no notice of you, as it seems to be gutturally laughing at a goblin and a human on the other side of this table. To your right-hand side, you see dwarves singing with ales in their hands, and on the other side, orcs, deep red and blue paint on green skin, that are simply laughing and cheering on this drinking contest. A little bit beyond, you see what looks to be this minotaur, these two white horns, huge and bending down, and it seems to be having an arm wrestle with this small halfling and an enormous arm from some sort of spell that is enhancing his strength. You also see at the very far side of this enormous inn, this brute of a giant and this enormous mug, almost the size of you, Rook, in what probably is in its weight, and he's drinking it with two hands, this enormous bucket, and this liquid of amber is pouring down, and you see elves, these high elves, beautifully dressed in white and green robes, just cheering him on. Races and peoples at war with each other, and having, back in Corvair, this innate hatred, sharing a mug, talking, laughing, at peace. The bar is where your eyes glance to, and an unfamiliar creature is serving drinks. This woman, fair of skin, beautiful in her visage, beautiful red lips, and 8 arms that are pouring drink and food. And you can see from probably about the midsection down, snake scales for a body that end in either feet or a tail, you're not quite sure which, beneath. She wears a thin golden circlet as she is laughing at the people that are coming up to the bar and taking the drink. There don't seem to be any maids or butlers that are taking the drinks out. People are coming to the bar, but she is dashing back and forth and keeping up with the hundreds of people that are waiting only moments before they get the drink that they desire and continue back. You don't see any communication appear verbally between this woman and these patrons, but as soon as they come to the bar, she has a drink ready for them. The ceiling is bare, no ceiling, and the echoes of these laughter and chatter just get dissipated in the air above. The golden walls are completely bare, and the only real color apart from this golden floor and sides of this place are the wood that make up the tables and this bar. And behind it, bottles that you've never seen before, filled with green liquids, amber, reds, blues of different shapes and sizes, barrels full as far as the eye can see beneath those.
I can see why you come here, my friend Turtle.
It is a good place. Come in.
Sir, what was your name?
Da.
Okay.
Da?
Nice to meet you, Da. Did I say that right?
You did better than most.
Hey.
Come in.
I'm gonna follow him in.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to that bar.
As you walk in, straight away, you feel whatever.
I don't put Gunner down.
That's fine. You continue to hold Gunner and support him nice and gently. You see the...
Does he? Because we had a redemption. We actually did. I texted to you like...
Oh, crap. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. Suddenly...
As I see the bar, I just drop him.
Yeah.
The bar, and I drop him and walk towards him.
Slam! Gunner, you come out of your exhaustion, and your head just barely misses a seat that one of the humans that is laughing at this beholder creature is seated at. But you slam you feel your body slam on the golden floor, and you jostle again in this just pain and tiredness, and you see Thulrom just make a beeline. Everyone else, you notice directly in front of you on the ground is Gunner.
I'm gonna slowly crawl underneath the table.
Okay. The closest one to you is where this large, bulbous creature with these eyes and on stalks just are moving and wrapping them around drinks and taking huge sips. They seem to have, this particular being seems to have multiple around him.
I guess the hunting test.
Thorum, you automatically feel relaxed, as whatever emotions you felt in the hallway are changed to be simply calm and happiness at being somewhere that you believe is truly safe. Probably one of the safest places you ever feel like you've ever been.
I want chocolate milk.
Okay. As you walk up to the bar, you all watch as Thorum makes it to the bar, and you see even before you can utter a request, this tall, thin, ice-cold glass or crystal filled with this brownish, milky liquid and a straw.
How do I pay? Are other people paying?
As you look over, you notice left and right, there doesn't seem to be any money exchanged here for some reason. No pockets, no hands going onto the bar and leaving coin. You're not sure.
Chalky milk.
This is a strange place. I like the fun here, but I don't know what's going on. Can I just use my ring for a second just to have a look around?
Of course you can.
Yeah. Ring of True Sight.
As you just hold the ring and just give it a moment and look out. Oop. Sorry.
Did the band just stop?
Siri just overtook me. I'll just wait for that to get lower. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. As you look out with the ring of true sight, everything appears to glow slightly, and everything appears to then be the same. Nothing changes. Nothing is illusionary here. No one simply disappears or changes form or becomes something different. There's no terrain that's different. The tables are real, and everyone inside is simply here.
We're glowing.
The glow is interesting. It is there, and it appears on everyone. A soft pink and golden glow surrounds everyone inside this place. Now Dar goes into the room, and he then, from a place where there was not, now it is a soft this soft glow.
So he's glowing too?
Yeah, as he walks in.
Right. Have I seen glowing like this before?
Arcana check.
Can I make a perception check or a religion check? See if there's anybody famous inside this room.
Famous? Well, that would be perception.
Perception.
Interesting. Yeah. So I see what you mean. Probably make me a history check. In fact, as you look around.
Okay. I rolled a 10
A 10.
on Arcana.
Have you walked in?
Yeah. Well,
Has everyone walked in at
I'm
this point?
following Barclays.
I'm in the doorway basically.
You haven't crossed the threshold yet.
Whoa.
You can let me know whichever way you want to go.
Thought I was just standing at the front, and looking around.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. So if
Inside, so is
Yeah.
Dana.
Yeah.
if you haven't entered in yet, that's okay. You feel like, and certainly with the ring, revealing something of magic here. You haven't recalled a time where this sort of magical effect has been in your sights.
Okay. Is Thorum glowing now?
Yes,
Gunner?
yes. And Gunnar, you crawl underneath this table, and although exhausted, you also feel like your heartbeat has lessened and your chest doesn't feel as tight and feared. And even then, you only hear, even below a whisper, in your mind saying, rest. And then do not stray. What'd you roll, Rook?
15.
15. Looking around, it takes you probably a couple of look arounds, but no one here seems like they would appear to be someone famous. No one is taking notice of anyone in particular. There's no crowd around others.
I don't know how to. So what I'm thinking is this a place where people come after they've died?
Oh, I see. That's why you were thinking religion check as well.
Yeah.
Make a religion check now.
A 10.
No, it's
Yeah.
doesn't ring a bell as scriptures and anything you've actually read before doesn't really have consistency with this sort of scene.
Yeah, okay. As I was walking in, I was trying to do this.
Yeah, sure.
Instantaneous.
Sure.
I wanted to grab Gunner's leg
Okay.
and pull him out before he gets, as he crawled in underneath the table.
Okay. You notice Gunner. You notice a hand around your leg as you try to crawl under the table. You felt this, and you look over and groggily you see Rook start to pull you away and back through the door. Are you doing anything in particular?
Oh, you're underneath the table, aren't you? I'd pull him out. No, you don't. We've got to get you some rest.
But are you trying to resist? Yep. So you easily pull him out.
And I pick him up, and it's kind of like, I don't know, he's so much shorter than I am. I'm assuming.
You asking out to weigh?
Yeah,
Probably like just shy of 4 foot.
Come on, boy, we need to get you some rest. And I kind of grab you from the back of your shirt and drag you towards the bar. Hopefully pushing you in a walking direction. You can still use your legs?
Sure, they work.
Okay. I'm like hoarding buffalo. I'm hoarding him towards the bar.
And at this point, Rook, you also feel a calmness upon you. And you feel like everything is going to be okay. Even though Gunner looks quite tired, and your intention is to get him rest as quickly as possible, you almost let that go, and something overtakes you, and it's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine, Gunner.
I'm actually just gonna, like, are you holding my shirt, my clothes?
Yeah.
Have you ever, like...
Because they are an illusion. They don't exist really. The clothes that I wear normally are quite tight-fitting underneath.
I wouldn't know that then. I would assume
You've
I'd
seen
be...
them. You've seen them.
Your
Seen
illusionary clothes?
My regular clothes, you've seen them.
Yeah. Oh, from the hat. I would just be... Have you ever, like, carried a drunk friend before?
Never. I'm the drunk friend.
Well, I'm the one who's carrying the drunk friend.
How are you carrying?
By holding you and pushing you in the direction that we want to go.
Just supporting the weight.
Supporting the weight.
Yeah, cool. And you're going to the bar?
To the bar, yeah.
Yep. You go up and you meet Thulrom as Thulrom, you take a drink and take a sip from this chocolate milk. You notice that there is like a red, fresh cherry in it. And this chocolate milk seems to have this aftertone of a beautiful, sweet, cherry-like flavor. And as you take a sip, you feel yourself like a really cold beverage just spread with this beautiful sensationary feeling in your body. If you have lost any hit points, you now regain all of them.
Oh,
That's okay.
he drops the drink.
Okay. I appreciate that.
You stupid.
As you go and take a sip, the condensation on the outside you just didn't sense, and and it just slips out and crashes onto the floor directly in front of you. On your feet, it just shatters, and this crystal clings around. You look over as you hear, "Hey!" and these two dwarves look over and just give you a bit of a wink and just go back to their drink, as in front of you, from another arm out of one of these 8, a very quick woman, bartender, actually simply just puts another one in front of you.
He's gonna try and clean up all the.
Drop it just got redeemed by Meeples and Dragons.
You think that you are used to this sickly wet outside of this tall glass with this ice cold milk, but no, it fumbles you again. It becomes unwieldy as you try and hold it with 2 hands this time to steel yourself, but onto the ground.
In my mind, I'm like, man, I really need a handle or something on one of these cups.
I have a question.
Please.
Barclays and I are standing at the door.
You are.
Do we kind of notice the demeanor change from like the people that we know then approaching the bar and becoming like calm?
You can make insight checks, or if you'd like to also do that. Or you also thinking you wanted
I was just more
to?
asking for myself, but if you want to join, that's fine too.
Well, I kind of noticed that people end up glowing.
If you wanted to then, and you're interested in that, because you did roll, make it with advantage tomorrow. And as you both sort of discuss what you're looking at there.
I rolled 2 11s, which is my lucky number.
It doesn't make it higher.
It's plus 6, so it's 17. 17,
okay.
Do I get a third chocolate milk?
We'll get to that. You both, as you discuss, and Barclays, do you want to share the glowing vision that you see and others don't? Okay. With that information, Amara, you do notice that the others that have actually entered into this place do seem a lot calmer. Yes.
Does it seem to be, follow-up question, like a magical effect, or does it feel more like they're just feeling good?
Look, it's too unusual in your mind, and you've known these people for quite some time now. Their demeanor changes instantly. It's a bit too unusual for it to be a mundane thing.
Okay. It's weird. I'm gonna say to Barclays, and then I'm gonna also take off the mind shielding ring and see if I hear voices again.
A moment passes. Nothing.
And if I don't hear them, I'm going to give it to Barclays and say, hold on to this.
Right. I have an idea.
Okay.
Rook, can you hear me? Rook,
Go on. Yes. Yes, my friend.
can you get me a drink and bring it outside for a sec?
Yes, of course. I can do that. I think. Should I not sort gun around first?
I can see where they are. They're
Yep.
just at the bar, aren't they?
They're probably about 25 feet away.
25 feet away. Does he look like he'll be okay?
Does he look like he'll be okay? I don't think he does.
Looking down at him, with that medicine check you made before, you know that he looks extremely tired. Leaving him where he is, he might not stay standing.
Okay. Give me a moment. Madame.
This woman, now that you can see over this beautiful wooden bar, you notice that from that torso down is simply a large bottom half of what looks to be a dark green scaled snake. As she comes up to you, yes.
My friend. I pick him up and plonk him on the bar. He's quite exhausted. Might you have anything to remedy this?
As she with 2 of her 8 hands, shakes what looks to be this beautiful ruby red liquid in this V-shaped martini-looking glass. Short, but in moments she has it with a beautiful thin stem in front of him. This may help.
This will help an exhausted warrior?
Of course, yes.
Gunner? I look over at Thulrom fumbling his drinks. And say, I don't think I've got any help here. And just pour what's in the glass down Gunner's.
Okay. You
Pat him on the back. There you go, boy.
You swallow most of it, and instantly, yep, it sort of splatters a little bit, droplets of this red, although it looking a bit like blood, just gets regurgitated. Although, in moments, you feel as if renewed energy springs forth within you, and whatever tiredness and lethargy you had has disappeared in an instant. You now no longer have any exhaustion points.
I'm still holding on to Gunner. Are you alright?
And also your hit points, whatever you have been damaged by, are now fully healed.
Fully healed, jeez.
Barclays, what should we do?
I just want to see if Rook can come out. Like, I like this place. It's got a good vibe. Some interesting new drinks. Some exotic looking people.
I've
I
asked.
just want to see if we can leave.
Yeah. I don't want to get stuck here.
No. So I just want to see if it's possible for Rook to cross the threshold again and leave.
Yeah.
Should we stand out of the door and
That's
close
what we're
it?
doing.
Close it.
No, I just want to see him walk through.
Are you communicating this to him?
I'm gonna jump off the bar.
To Amara. I'm expecting
Oh, I
that
see.
he's going to come out with
Okay.
a drink.
I order another drink then. I guess Gunner, you're fine, and I order the second drink.
You notice that he's as though he's renewed vigor. You jump off the bar, and where are you going?
I just walk through.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start walking around.
Oh, okay.
Or, like,
Okay. Make an investigation check while you're just checking people out. Rook?
Yeah, I grabbed that second drink. Man, may I have another? That worked remarkably well.
Same again.
Maybe make it 2.
Very well. And in moments, with forearms shaking this concoction together, 2 short-stemmed V-shaped glasses appear with this ruby red.
Slip them underneath my fingers, pick them both up, turn, stop for a moment. How much is this?
The price is simply your pleasure.
leisure.
Please, stay, enjoy yourself. This is a haven. We're here simply to aid those who are lost, find us by accident, with the many doors outside, adventurers that cannot find a home anymore. We have beds, we have food, but you do not need food but simply for the taste, for these drinks can aid you, and make sure that you are well. And be well, sir.
Your hospitality is incredible. One moment, I will be back. I would like something for myself. And, Byways, I'm coming back.
Alright, good.
Gunner wasn't appreciative of what I did.
It looks great.
20.
Okay. Apart from what I described as you first entered into the room, you now see other humanoid sort of figures, again, completely out of their normal environment. These old women, just blue, some with blue skin, some with almost rotting skin, having a game of cards with gnomes that have these beautiful green metallic or glass armor on, covering the face. You're not quite sure of the the whereabouts of this particular peoples, but they seem to be having a banter about some other world that you recall, that you hear named Faroon. You're not quite sure.
What are you guys playing?
One of the old ladies with this white ragged hair turns to you with this smile, and you can see that only one golden tooth sticks out of gums that are blackened and rotting. And with this putrid breath, she says, we're playing Tappa Tappa Bing.
Tappa tappa bing.
Ben's played that before.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you won't?
Why not?
Well, it's just... You won't. It's new to you.
Can you show me how to play?
Of course. Come join us. Yeah, there is actually a spare chair there. As you sit, they finish the round, and you can see that each person have what looks to be 20 cards of an unknown suits in front of you. You've never seen these particular suits before, and you notice that they're dealt, and you hold these 20 cards up, and this lady says, "This is just a practice round. So what you do is you pick the card that is the greatest. You played with these cards before, huh?
No.
Oh. Okay." And she starts describing each suit to you and the differences between them. And it's sort of a similar thing to cards that are trumping others. And there are pictures of trees and nature that represent Fae. There are others that represent giants, others that represent dragons, their environment, their home, their figures, and others that just represent these elves.
It sounds like Magic the Gathering.
I've never heard of that before, but okay. And then she starts to describe the rules. As you do that, are you walking back?
I'm coming back to
Okay.
little cosmopolitans in my hand.
All right, go for it.
Amara, would you care to indulge?
No, I don't want one.
And I've passed where the door was.
Yep, as you step beyond that border that the door is between, you have this feeling of difference. There's this anxiety that starts to fill you, although you can step out of the doorway into the hall again.
Is this any different from when I touched the gold wall and had that?
It's the same sort of feeling you had before you even touched that wall, just as you exited as you escaped Oberdin.
Do the drinks look any different?
They seem to be the same.
I don't want one. I don't like this place.
I must admit, from stepping in and stepping out, my emotions are a bit different.
You were there, right, when Oberdin said that we shouldn't spend long here?
You're correct. He said for us to rest as well, didn't he? It's for a short period.
Yeah. I don't think that means overnight.
No, I would agree with you. I must admit, for whatever reason, inside, I felt nothing unnatural about what was happening in there, but maybe that's the effects of the tavern. I know I felt something similar in the hallway, and I turn around and point towards Gunnar. If I see him, he's definitely perked up after having one of these. I know that you said you felt like you didn't want to be magically impacted by
But I did also.
by anything, so I would probably suggest not to have this.
This entire place so far has been a test for Gunnar. I don't understand why we're wasting time. We need, this person obviously doesn't care about us. They only care about Gunnar. So why should we stick around? We can rest when we get out of here. We need to leave.
Now that I'm out of that room, your point is made clearer. Maybe we should grab Gunnar and Thulrom. And I then turn and look at Barclays. Barclays, I have the drinks that you asked for. I
And
must
he
admit there is a difference between being in there and out here.
has stepped over the doorway.
He's full of anxiety now.
Yeah, because you felt better in there. Do you feel terrible out here?
And he has felt the same sort of feeling start to creep up as that adrenaline rush that he got and you all got as you all made your escape through this doorway into this hall.
Oh.
So there's nothing, as I described to you, Rook, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worsening about
it would be fair to say I don't feel any more different from the adventures we've had and the challenges we've had to overcome. But I must admit, when I'm in there and in that corridor, I feel like I don't care.
Okay. You stay here for a sec. Give me that drink. And I cross the threshold, slam it down. Now pull me back out.
As the moment you enter in, you also feel this peacefulness envelop you. And you take the drink, all of your hit points, and any adverse effects of
Spell slots?
no, not spell slots. No, hit points, only hit points and any adverse effects that you've had, whether they be poisoned or deafness or things like that, have been overcome. And you then do you pull him back, or do you just simply walk out? Barclays.
I grab him after.
Okay.
You told me to grab him. I'll just put him on the shoulder.
Alright.
Forcefully grab him.
Yep.
Come back.
And you pass back out into the hallway. And then that instant feeling that you had slowly disappears and you feel like your normal self again.
Okay. I must admit, I feel that this place is strange, but I do think it is a place of rest and revitalization. Anyway, we're trying not to get bogged down here. Where do we go next?
Well, let's get Thulrom and Gunnar first. Can I see them in this room?
You can see Thulrom. I'll get you to make a perception check to see Gunnar though. Thulrom, what are you doing? As a glass of ice cold chocolate milk with a cherry on top, with a handle this time,
Wait a minute.
appears appears before you.
So I'm gonna pick it up by the handle and drink it. You should do it. And as I drink this chocolate milk, it reminds me of when I was a young dragonborn, the festivals in Kimara, festivals of Ada. And as I do, I think on all the savory, deep fried potato snacks.
As you think on this, in front of you, doesn't seem to be magically. They don't just appear there. They are brought to you by this woman with these arms, but so quickly that you would almost imagine that they were pre-fashioned by something. That's Siri again. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's a bit loud.
Pick up the snacks with one hand, pick up my chalky milk with the other, and turn to the other. Chalky milk. As I turn around, can I see the others?
You can, but you don't see Gunnar unless you want to make a perception check.
I got a 20 for my perception.
You see him. He's sitting in between a green armored gnome and an old woman that looks like that she just woke up and had a very bad hair day.
I'm going to speak to both of them in their mind. And so finally I can speak to Thulrom in his mind. And say, we're leaving now. Let's go. And I'm going to give the ability to talk back to Thulrom.
I'm going to say, I still have a whole bowl of Ada treats.
Bring it with you.
But it's warm in here, and there's a place to rest. And Gunnar seems to be asleep. Oh, I am. Can I see where Gunnar is?
Perception. He's looked down. He's not there.
That is a... That's an 11.
Yeah, you notice him still. Takes you a moment, but Yeah, he's definitely there. And this woman is rasping some weird instructions about this card game that he's got 20 cards in his hand about.
He's in the middle of a card game. Come in.
Thulram, no. We need to go.
Amara, I think I can handle this.
You
I
can't,
still have one of those.
You can't hear that.
Oh, okay.
It's all in the mind.
Okay.
How do I feel about her and the way she's speaking? Does her urgency cut through the feeling of this place?
It's interesting. They're two different entities. There's no cutting through per se. It's not like the feeling dissipates as her words enter your mind. You still feel this calmness, but her voice does have a tone of urgency as she as she wants to. The emotions don't change though, and they don't get stronger. They don't get weaker to try and overcome what she's saying. They simply remain as a feeling.
Okay, so now what?
So now what you do is you go and then the tree goes in, and when that happens,
Gunner, in his head.
Yeah?
You're ignoring her? Okay.
and then they cannot put the ground in front. They just can't.
What if I do this?
No, don't the giant. Oh, you just lost.
And then you see the gnome put in what looks to be a spear, a large spear, and that seems to have him take the cards, and he looks at you and says, she's tricking you there. And I'd listen to us instead.
Do I understand what's going on yet?
Actually, just make an intelligence check for me.
While this happens, I'm going to reluctantly drag myself away from the bar and head outside.
You take in your food and drink with you?
Absolutely.
Okay. You make your way and you appear before the doorway, where you notice actually a pair of human beings just shuffling past you, trying to get out, and you sort of part your way. Are you letting them go out? Okay. As they exit, you simply see them go down about. You count those of you who are just outside the doorway, about 13 doors, and go to the left and open the door and enter.
As all this is going on and we're just chilling out the front, I pull out my office supplies, put a funnel in it, and pour the drink into it.
Good to know.
Take it out, pop it in,
Cool.
put it back in my.
Just write in your inventory. Let's go. Just to differentiate it.
Level up potion.
Invigorating potion. What'd you roll? 22. Absolutely. It doesn't take you long either, but you know even by now this old woman is actually trying to swindle, not out of coin or anything, but simply not. Her intention seems to not actually have you learn the rules. It's though she just doesn't want you to know how to actually play. But you now, it wasn't necessarily insight, but looking down at the cards and just hearing her voice versus more specifically what the gnomes were playing, that's what you were concentrating on. And you're sort of aware, okay, the gnomes are actually playing this better. So what's going on?
Let's play again.
All right, the cards are dealt out. Thulrum, you appear before the rest of your party.
So, have I crossed over the threshold of the...
Yep.
I feel this feeling dissipate?
The feeling of peace and calmness disappear slowly, and in replacement, again, simply the feelings of a rushing feeling of anxiety, but as you expected to feel, or as you felt as you exited that door.
Oh, it's great out here. Why are we out here and not inside the magic pub of joy?
Because we have to move on.
I'm gonna say, in Gunner's head, I'm gonna say, the only reason we're here is for you. And then I'm gonna walk away from the door, back into the hallway.
I gestured towards Mara and the point that she made to explain to.
You didn't hear it, it was in his head.
No, prior.
Should we not rest here a few days, regain our strength? This place seems to be welcoming and safe and full of free food.
We were also told not to dawdle here, and this is exactly what we're doing.
I don't care about that guy. But the guy who killed all those innocent people in the arena. That guy told us not to dawdle here.
Oberdin and Gunnar seem to be connected here. And Oberdin also doesn't care about our lives. If you wish to stay here, you can stay, but we need to leave.
I will go with you if you're so sure. But it might be worth regaining our strength and our magics.
Does anyone need rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You took an invigoration potion.
No, but like I've got spell like multiple slots which are like all gone.
Who says we're fighting anything? Nothing has targeted us. Everything's targeting Gunnar. We have no reason to fight. These people have made it very clear that they don't care about us. So why not make our priority leaving? Let's get out of here. Let's rest somewhere safe.
Oh, you mean screw Oberdin, go back to Shan and go somewhere else?
I mean, let's let Gunnar complete his tests unless he's going to stay here, and then let's go.
You should wait for it.
I've asked him to come out. If he's not going to come out, that's his choice.
The place has an aura.
Yeah, but you managed to make it out.
Because my strength of will. Where's my
Inside
ring?
check.
So the ring, which blocks those men from controlling my mind. Where is it?
I gave it to Barclays.
Barclays, pass me the ring. I'll don it and go and get it.
What? Aren't you talking to him here?
No, that was out loud.
That was out loud.
Where am I standing and where is he?
We're all.
Did you come out, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
We're all either at the door. I'm in the hallway.
If I give you this ring,
Mm.
you're just going to go back inside and chill out, and you won't have to listen to Amara.
No, the ring will.
Wait, can I have the ring?
I can choose Mira if I wish, and also it will block the aura of this place, and I am attuned to it now.
I wore that ring. Didn't change anything.
I am attuned to it now.
Are you trying to deceive him with that?
I was kind of saying it and believing it, and then realizing that actually I didn't walk in. So I guess
Besides, I have a sentimental attachment.
I don't think it
Oh,
would be
it's not like-
intentional deception. I think it would
Okay. Mistaken.
be yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Dumbness.
Well, this ring is not my property, it's yours.
Thank you.
It's not his either.
May I have it back?
It's not his?
No, it's Babby's. She's dead now.
She's dead, and I claim it from her corpse.
I think she actually gave it to you. I don't.
Oh, she gave it to me, and I accepted.
Well, technically that makes it his property.
Yeah, it's the property that almost got us killed, but that's fine.
Or I can give it to you, and you can give it to him.
No, I'm good. I would like to leave.
Anyway, that's my game going.
Make another intelligence check for me as this is happening.
I put the ring on, and as much as I can, shield my mind to any external forces and cross the threshold.
Okay, that's interesting. I'll get you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
24.
24?
I'll hold the wrong get-go. I enter in with these guys.
Okay. There's no betting per se happening. They feel like they're still
Okay.
teaching you.
Okay.
I say that too much. But you are learning quickly, and I'll let you choose. Are you going to start intentionally losing? You have now got this game down pat. Are you going to start to feign? You're gonna.
Yes,
I thought so.
I'm gonna play along, but keep making mistakes.
Intentional mistakes. Yep, sounds good. All right, but you've got this game down pat, and they finish. They feel like you're getting the hang of it. Certainly not.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna be like, no, I'm just no good at this game.
It's okay. It's fine. It's not from where you come from, obviously. If you want, we can continue, or it looks like you're being summoned. And turn around, and you see Thulroms start to walk towards you.
I'm with you.
And Rook.
That was a 7.
Does that mean
He's not my dad.
You
He's
feel a calmness take over.
Oh, what?
Look at the Twitch stream.
You feel a calmness take over.
Can I resist it and move towards Gunner?
You automatically feel as though your emotions have dulled, and you have this
Your cards.
sense of peace around you. There's
In game.
there definitely is a magical effect taking place here, and you weren't able to shake it off.
Do I lose my sense of purpose in this place?
No.
Alright. I'm going to approach Gunner and very calmly say, Gunner,
Yes?
this place is clouding our mind. Look how calm and at peace I am. Have you ever seen me feel this way? Whatever you're feeling in this place, it's not your true self. We need to cross the threshold and rejoin our companions. I smile vaguely.
I'm finished.
Okay.
I put my hand on Gunner's shoulder.
You're here too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
Oh, hello.
This is
Matt.
Hildy, I think. Was your name Hildy?
No.
Oh, sorry. I have a bad memory. What's your name?
Konta.
Konta.
That's pretty close. I was pretty
Yes. I can see how you were mistaken there.
close. Yeah. And
Conti.
This is her sister. Her sister, I think.
Not my sister.
Her mom.
A friend.
Her friend. And her name is.
Loa.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
How did you know?
Because you told me,
Oh.
I think.
I could see how you would be mistaken by them being sisters, for they're both beautiful.
Oh, you. I could keep you.
Might I ask, are you trained in the arcanic ways?
That's a little yes.
Might you be able to identify something for me?
We're kind of busy, actually. We're in the middle of a
So
game.
play your game. You think about it, Coney.
Okay.
It's Kota.
Can I call you Coney for short?
Yes, of course you can, darling.
Okay. Let's play.
And they deal
Probably.
again.
Oh, are we betting something now, are we?
Do you normally play with money?
Sure.
That didn't sound.
Well, normally not, but if that's the currency you're using, then sure.
Well, what is your currency?
You probably don't want to know. Not in this place, anyway.
Is it bad?
Not bad. Maybe bad to you, but not bad to us.
Well, tell me, what is it?
Make a persuasion check.
What are you willing to give me for identifying something?
What would you like?
A lock of your hair, please. No, little one.
Top knot.
I'm not telling you.
I may have something more interesting to you.
No, that's probably the most interesting thing you can tell me.
But have you seen this? And I pull out a dark mind mushroom. Deadly.
Oh,
Can kill a person.
may I?
You may.
She sort of rolls it around with her finger.
I would suggest not licking that.
You're right, it was pretty disgusting. So,
And she falls over. She falls
Can I grab that?
sideways. Make a dexterity check. You miss.
Yeah, it's good.
You take a swipe and she just falls onto the ground. Still.
Is she dead?
Well, Lola, you can see the impressive power of this mushroom. Can you identify something for me?
Is she dead?
I'm gonna lean over and go, yeah, she's definitely dead, and we probably should leave
But
before.
I was gonna take her money.
You can take it.
I bend down and take this.
And you hear this still woman now turn up and just point her little gnarly finger at you. Tricked you. And she gets sort of back up onto the chair.
It's fine, but it is interestingly enough. What do you want me to identify?
I have, I guess, an heirloom gift that I haven't been able to check yet, and I actually pull out my cloak.
Oh, exposing.
The armor.
Oh, that.
And she
May I touch it?
Of course.
Okay.
puts her hand or finger on just a finger touch, and then she takes it off and.
Not this time.
And she sort of closes her eyes for a moment.
Powerful. If you are attacked and someone takes a strike at you, particularly hard, it looks like flames will erupt and they will encompass everyone around you in the immediate vicinity with flame, but you won't be affected. And also, I get a taste of any fire that you get. If you ever get attacked by a red dragon, the fire will not do as much damage to you as you might think.
For the purposes of this, you will take fire resistance while wearing this armor. And as well as that, if you are the subject of a critical hit, you will have sort of like a retaliatory strike of flame within a 5-foot
Would you call
surround.
it a reaction?
It's not even a reaction. It doesn't take a reaction turn per se, but it's basically just as of an effect of what's that?
It's triggered.
It's a trigger, yeah, correct. So if you're
Hellish rebuke armor.
yeah, if you're triggered by a critical hit,
Yeah.
you will do. The enemy needs to succeed on a DC 14 dexterity save, or take 2d6 fire damage.
Yikes.
Would it be accurate to say, just so I got that on point?
And you
fire
get
resistance
correct.
Hits trigger fire damage in 5-foot DC 14
Dex save.
or take
2d6. You got it. Well done.
Is that suffice? I'm keeping this mushroom.
You may have the mushroom.
It's mine.
And she devours it, and she just takes the whole thing in her mouth and.
Chewy. Okay. Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
good in a soup, but you do what you wish.
No. That's good.
And she sort of gets her in her gum. She's sort of molding it into her mouth as this thing is almost swallowed whole.
Any more of those?
I'm afraid not, but there is a place in Breland that has them growing.
No.
A Portal of Demons.
Oh.
Interesting place.
Oh.
Good story. I'll let you continue with your cards.
Okay.
Is it just you and I in the hallway?
Yes, currently.
I'm gonna lay down the gun and say, bet small until you see that mushroom kick in and start betting.
Gold then?
What, sorry?
Yeah, we're betting gold.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I bet 3 gold.
Oh, okay.
I don't have much. What do I look like, rich?
What else do you have? Do you have something else that isn't gold?
I'll give you my lock of hair for yours if you win.
That's a bad deal.
I don't have any hair.
So, just so I can clarify, do you have hair on you currently?
It's an illusion.
Right. Okay. She will look down and she will say,
What's that then?
What's what?
The hair.
I'll take my hat off, and the illusion will fade, and I'll become bald.
"Green and skinned."
Oh, cool trick. Your fingernail then.
The whole thing?
Yeah, if you lose.
Why do I want your hair? That's not going to give me.
No, it's very, very powerful.
What does it do?
Well, you eat it, and then you can turn invisible.
I can do that anyways.
Yeah, but this lasts a very long time.
Yes, you should eat this old woman's head. Who you just met in this pub.
You're a really good influence, Thulrom. I like you.
I like you too.
Although
I like him better.
I should say, Amara is waiting for us outside.
Anyway, let's play.
Make an intelligence check as you deal your cards. In the meantime, what is everyone else doing?
I've pulled out my VL.
Yep.
I don't have a hat. I'm just gonna put down my hat and just chill and just play some songs, see if it's someone. So I'll put down maybe just my bag, just open a little bit and just play some tunes, see if anyone will drop something in as they're walking past.
Performance?
Yeah.
That's probably your worst performance roll I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's an 11.
11. Okay.
That's with a +7.
He's sad.
Wow.
He's in the hallway and he's sad.
But I might collect some money or something like that at least.
A few now what look to be the one type of being that actually walks up to you are on all fours as 3 centaur, the beings that you haven't seen yet, just clomp up to you and just with those with a gesture take out from a shoulder bag what looks to be a few coins of gold and silver that have pictures on them that you've never seen before, but they do pull them in. You get 5 gold and 17 silver pieces.
Oh, well, thank you. Where are the centaurs from? Do I know that in Corvair?
In Corvair, if you want to know if they come from Corvair, actually, just make me an Arcana check. Or Arcana or History, whichever's more for you.
Both the same.
Okay.
That would be an 11 as well.
11 as well.
I
Okay.
just want to know kind of where they're from, so I can be like.
They are similar to Warforged, a more nomadic race, but in fact, you've read one place that they frequent a lot and make home is actually in the Feywild.
I'll do my best, friends. A farewell tune for you.
All right, and you continue to play.
But I think of the most mystical,
Yeah.
But I'm smiling and I'm like, yeah, it's yours.
It's all for you.
Yeah.
Mara's still going to be pretty shaken because not much time has passed.
No.
So kind of like someone that is very paranoid. There's a few moments where she walks backwards and forwards in the corridor, and then becomes frustrated and starts now looking down the hallway at other doors, seeing if I can hear anything through other doors. Anything that stands out that doesn't look the same as everything else.
Make
that sort
a
of thing.
investigation check.
16.
Okay. You make your way door to door and you go sort of the opposite direction, or in the direction of where Dar was taking you, and you go a bit further down. And through one door you sort of hear what seems to be waves and ocean.
Is that door 3?
It's you do come to the door which was described by Dar as a water world. You then put your ear up to another, and all you hear is sort of almost the sound of a metal object, a fork, on glass, just tapping every now and again, probably once every 5 seconds, and it sort of echoes into your ear from the other side of the door. You go up to another, and you sort of investigate the walls between the doors. Nothing seems amiss. They are solid, which then look out to nothingness. But the floor beneath you seems solid enough and sturdy enough to hold you all. And this certainly seems to be like a real place. Another door, and you hear the sounds of crashing of stone on ground, it seems. You go to another door and you hear through, and you hear just people speaking common. You go to another and you hear the sounds of a crackling fire, almost like a fireplace, but probably 3 or 4 times the size, almost directly on the other side of the door. And they are the ones that you... Oh, there's one other. You hear the sound of a river flowing and just a few feminine laughter or giggling through another. What'd you roll?
19.
Okay. With that, you seem to have an extremely good hand. So you know it's good. The old woman looks at you again. Well, are you betting?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And she...
3 gold?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you guys doing? Pointing at the gnomes.
They put their... as you've practiced, there's a folding sort of type in this game, and they sort of fold their cards down. We're out. Okay. And she puts her hand down. Looking down at it, you've certainly beaten their hand.
Does that mean I win?
You're showing your cards? All right. As you put your cards down, once again, Siri loves to interrupt. As you put your cards down, you hear from directly next to you this sudden frustrated yell as this woman gets up, and this sort of gets up, and she's all hunched and weird, and this huge bulbous muscle seems to be protruding from like a hunchback, and she sort of looks down at you now sitting. Well, that wasn't very fair. And she reaches out with her hand and tries to actually take a hold of you. What are you doing?
I will.
Lola, please, hands to yourself.
It's enough of this.
I will.
Make persuasion checks.
17 plus 1, 18.
Okay, good to know. Gunnar, what are you doing?
I'll cast Blink.
Okay. So as her hand reaches out, you suddenly disappear.
I do. I will try.
You disappear, and her hand goes towards you. Well, don't know where he went, but you're the next best.
And I'll appear over next to her.
Okay. As you do, you see this red, fiery emblem start to appear. This weird symbol in her hand. This red hot. Even from your distance, you can feel this heat, and this weird thing starts to emit from it of fire twirling in this compact and extreme heat is starting to head towards you. And that's where we're going to take our 10-minute break. We're going to have 10 minutes, and with that, it is 8:50. We're going to head back here at 9, everybody.
9.
So hope to see you all come back here. Thank you for hanging out and watching us in Fate's Grip. So we'll see you guys soon.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yes.
And we're back, everybody. Well,
Wow.
I love that.
the good people are back.
I think the camera. Look, this is good just to make sure, but
Oh, it's moved.
a little bit, yeah. If it's okay with you,
It's very okay.
if now's a good time.
I'm gonna put
It's
my
mine.
whole head in the camera.
And just turn. And yeah.
It's also like on a weird fun angle.
Beautiful.
Somewhat even.
That was great.
Hey, can you sit down?
Oh, what happened to Miami Ben?
Quick.
We are back.
Oh, wait, we're live.
It was really
Sit
hot in
back
there.
down.
Could not stop sweating.
Chris!
Do we want to try
Sit
the aircon?
down.
I was waiting for you to burn
So
notice.
while we're waiting for everyone, who are we shouting out?
I shouted out two wonderful people on our Twitter by the names of Insidious Risk and Little Miss NZ.
Yes.
Insidious Risk and Little NZ. Miss Little NZ.
Can I ask you?
We're on stream.
For all of us?
What's that?
Are we on stream?
We are. Welcome back. That's okay.
Later.
That's all right. No problem at all. We're just about to get back into it with this old lady and her odd reaction. But before we do,
Oh,
what?
I just flopped down really
Oh, lovely.
solidly.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
here all
can't
week.
the remote's out of battery, so I can't.
Hey, I think we should have a rule now, for the rewards that the players don't get to use them now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, that's a pretty fair rule.
Otherwise, they're not as exclusive.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think the viewers should get the...
I think as well, you know, NVCDM, Insidious Risk, and Little Miss NZ have like all submitted a solid amount of like gifted subs. I think if it's okay with everyone here, and we can veto this, and you can all accost me off stream if you like. But maybe we should allow them to pick a reward each that we add and like name it after
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That'd
Look,
be cool.
absolutely.
We could have like a featured reward of the week.
I like it. Yeah, please submit a reward and the amount of points that you feel like should be warranted for this reward.
Don't
And
be silly.
yeah. I mean, look, we'll certainly
Everyone close off. 10 points.
pretty much. Yeah, happy to do that.
Insidious Risk, Little Miss NZ, NVCDM as our featured people of the week. DM the Fates group Twitter and pick a reward, and we'll discuss numbers.
Make it something
Beautiful.
wild.
Beautiful.
Not too wild, but
Born
wild.
to
Make it
be
famous.
wild. I'm going to listen to that song on the way home. Anyway,
Wow,
all right.
we got off topic.
Thank you for catching us back. So, as we all come back into the Byways, this inn, this old lady, she puts her hand toward you, and then in an instant, this weird symbol towards you, Thorum, dissipates and disappears, and she turns to you, Rook, and she says, "Well, that was a pretty face. How can I say no to that?" Well, lucky you've got him on your side.
Yes, lucky.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we should be going, actually.
You're just appearing in different places around.
I'm gonna call out across the
Huh?
Ghana. Come with us.
You hear? Us.
I'm gonna try and time it so as he like it pops up, I'll yell each word.
Good to know. You do hear it eventually. Takes about a minute or two.
I turn to Lola. You know what?
Yes.
You could cast something. Dispel magic. I'm a friend.
It's your first time here, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, so nothing like that works here, I'm sorry to say.
No.
No, it's just annoying, right? It's just not very good and fair.
Which is after a minute.
And I gestured towards our
Okay.
friend, which is Ghana. And yes, it is quite annoying.
Any adverse effects on this place just doesn't work.
Interesting. Good to know. How would we find this place? You seem like you frequent here.
It's the door. It's just behind.
No, if I leave and come back.
Oh, you have to memorize it.
How one would do that?
I just when one memorizes, one just simply recalls which door. You can put a little mark somewhere near it if you want to.
Good suggestion. Gunnar. We should be getting going.
You want to go?
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
Well,
Another door?
Yes.
you have a friend that has sent us on an errand.
What was the errand?
Your memory, I believe.
Yeah. There was no errand though.
You wish to just stay here?
Not forever, no.
What do you want, Gunnar?
To rest.
I thought you were already rejuvenated from your drink.
I can't cast any more spells. I'm done. I need to rest.
Mine too. I'm very close to being exhausted magically.
Then how much do you trust our friend Oberdin?
He's not our friend.
Correct, and he'd said us not to loiter. And some things he
So
has
why
said.
would you trust what he said?
Some things he has said, mentioned, has been true enough, hasn't it, in regards to the rooms? Yes.
Rock. I'm about to start playing another song. If you find Da, can you ask him, where's a good place to rest?
Where's Amara?
They're outside waiting for you, Gunnar.
Why are they outside? Tell them to come in.
Because we don't want to loiter here.
Where do you want to loiter?
This place clouds your mind. You don't feel inside this place the way you ought to. We should lie.
Clouds it how?
You don't feel the discomfort of the mind. You know, the wolves inside.
I don't know what that means. You have wolves inside of you?
Yes.
Should I refer to you as Char then? Do you remember that?
Yes.
How you're not a Gunnar?
I know who I am.
They're yours?
I know who I am.
Do you? Oberdin seems to think that you don't.
Well, I don't know who I am completely, but I do know my name.
Gunnar, we came on this journey with you,
Yes?
and I believe we don't have limited time from the previous rooms we've been in. And I feel like this is just another facade.
It could be, but where do you propose we go?
I cross my arms and I really look into your eyes. The decision is up to you, but our lives are in danger depending on what you decide.
You don't look like you're in danger.
Make the decision, Gunnar. Do you want to stay here or do you want to leave?
Where will we go then? Do you want to go to another door? Is that what you're saying?
He makes a good point. If we just wander through the next door and are attacked, it could be the death of all of us. We should
Yeah, I
sleep.
can't help you. If we get attacked again, like I feel safe here. Don't you?
We should sleep while we're safe.
Speaking of other doors, this door with the river and the laughter, is this a laugh I've heard before?
Without looking into it, without opening the door, it's hard to tell.
I'm opening the door then. I'm not going
Okay.
through, but I'm opening the door.
Okay. As you open the door, it simply it swings towards you this time instead of inward that the Byways door did. Within, you feel the door pass through this border of leaves of a beautiful shimmering green, as though the archway on the inside of the door has these vines that go around it and dangle down and around. And beyond the door is what looks to be a grove with beautiful shining trees of this dark wood, and within one of the twisted parts of this tree, a small owl hoots from inwards. Out. It's a dimly lit, almost moonlit evening here, and you can see the moon and the stars above really brighten the place, almost to the point of it being sunlight. But you can look up and you see it's a dark sky, but the stars are everywhere and bright, and you can smell strawberries as you look down and you see this beautiful 4-leaf clover looking grass, this soft grass that looks to be lush, and a beautiful pond with a very small stream from where this sound emanates from, moving away from this pond that looks too deep to even fathom how deep it goes. It's a dark, still pond that's probably about 15 by 15 feet in a circle, and just beyond that you can see dashing from tree and molding into another tree, and then out again, and then in, two beings that look very familiar to you now. They're autumn-leaved in appearance, female-looking dryads, a similar being to what you found in Fariso's tower, as they look to be chasing each other and playing a game of tag as they mold into the tree again and appear out and are giggling as they go around the grove. You can see now there is a deer that's not far with this light brown fur and white little spots that's grazing, and another couple of owls just land near the pond and take a sip from the water.
I'm gonna try to leave the door open, but step back from it. Does it close or does it stay open?
It takes a moment to realize, but as you step back, you wait a moment, and then another second, and then very slowly, the door seems to start closing again.
Okay, I'm gonna let it just close. Okay.
It clicks fully.
Cool. That's what I'm doing for now.
I pulled out my bedroll. I'm in the hallway and I'm just gonna try and get some rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watch as Amara investigates the door and other doors, and simply as you're watching, you fold out the bedroll and tuck yourself in.
Yeah.
Just outside the door. Not blocking the doorway?
No.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Gunnar, what are we doing?
I don't know. I think that it's a good idea to rest where we're safe. One of the last things that I heard Oberdin say was rest. It was a whisper. Like it was far away. But he said rest.
Is this what you wish to do?
I need rest. I can't do much more. I haven't rested since before our time in the jousting, and I used a lot of my energy fighting Oberdin in that fight.
Then you need to go convince Amara.
Where is she?
Outside. We'll follow you lead here. Remember, you're amongst friends. But this place, it's not right.
No, it's not wrong either, though, I don't think.
Again, our lives may be in your hands.
Your life is in your own hands now.
What about a nice camp somewhere?
Where?
At the first opportunity.
Where?
In the corridor, if we must. We'll open the doors until we find a nice, safe, secluded spot where our minds aren't clouded, and there we will rest.
Okay. But I can't help if you guys get in a fight.
That is nor can I.
Cool. Well, this is gonna be fun. Let's go then.
Speak to Amara.
Let's go find somewhere to camp.
Speak to Amara.
It was very nice to meet you.
Oh, you're still here. Haha. Thanks. Is it safe here?
Well, yes?
Where is here?
Well, this is a Byways, and the Byways is a place of rest. So, when you come
How do
here,
I know that that's the truth?
well, you can ask anyone here.
Do you know who Oberdin is?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
It is safe here. People come here to rest and just to,
But if you were lying to me, that's exactly what you would say if you wanted me to stay here and get hurt.
ask anyone.
Yeah, but you could all be in on it.
Oh, well, I guess you're right, but we're not.
Okay.
I for one,
believe you.
well, I for one am here because I'm escaping a bad situation, and I find it I've never been attacked here.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay.
I'm gonna close my eyes and try and reach out to Amara in my head. Amara, can you hear me?
I can hear it. I can't respond because I need to see him. And he needs to.
No,
hear
you
me.
can respond because I can give you the ability to respond as well.
What did you say again?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Come back.
I'm good.
We need to rest in here.
I'm not going in there.
How come? We're safe in here.
I've answered this question before.
What?
I've spoken about this room before. I've answered this question before. I've
With
told
who?
you guys why I don't feel comfortable before. I'm not coming back. I'm not going into that room.
I don't understand. What do you mean? You didn't tell me.
I don't say anything.
He's not coming back.
Did you say why?
No. She said she told us, but I don't remember telling us why. She said she doesn't want to go in here. So I guess we have to follow her now. Because she's on her own.
Yes.
Well, it's been very fun. We're gonna get back to the card game.
Okay, thank you.
I'll start making my way back towards
Where's my
where
gold?
Byways is, but
Sure.
not into the room.
Sure. Huh?
Where's my gold?
Oh, here you are. And she hands you
3 gold.
3 gold.
I don't know how you guys won so much money. That was so hard.
I slip a coin onto the table. Lola.
Yes, handsome.
Crony.
That's
Appreciate it. And just leave the gold there.
all right.
Cronut, wasn't it?
Yes.
Cherry.
I'm going to turn to Rook and say, you know it'd be good?
A kiss. We should give her a kiss.
2 of those chocolate milks. I just look around.
Interestingly enough, as you look around, you actually do see a hand or a set of hands put again another 2 glasses of chocolate milk, but not next to you, on the bar, a little ways off. No one seems to be claiming them.
I'm gonna walk up and
Is that chocolate milk?
yeah, I'm gonna grab one and give it to Gunnar. And be like, now I was really hoping to have 2 of those.
Another 2 appear on.
I grabbed one of them, so I'm double fisting. I'll leave one of them.
There are 3. There's one that you've left on the bar.
Alright, I'm good. I'm good to go.
This is how Anna drinks his milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take us to Amara.
She's outside.
Yeah, take us there.
Alright, come on.
You all now meet simply just outside the door,
Pat
where
on the shoulder.
you see
I'm
Barclays.
in my bedroll.
Barclays
Does
resting.
anyone I leave?
Yeah, so the familiar feeling of just an uncomfortable recollection of just minutes past re-enters your mind slowly, though, not as a rush, but just as a remembrance, as a oh yeah, that's right, that's right. I was worried, that sort of.
Oh, I don't like being out here. This isn't nice.
Yes, but this is reality.
Yeah. Still doesn't make it nice.
No. You gotta find your own nice.
Yes, you gotta face reality like the rest of us by siphoning whiskey into a into some kind of flask or funnel.
Or lightning rail oil.
I'm still a kid.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Can
I
I-
am.
Can I? Is
My body hasn't changed.
Barclay
in
still?
23
Is he
years.
asleep here?
Barclays.
I'm in my bedroll, and standing watch over me is an old friend.
Didn't even get a piece.
Familiar
Is
old
your eyes
friend.
closed?
An old prickly friend.
I'm gonna sit down next to where Barclays is laying down. I'm gonna say, hey, are you awake?
Get on a Thorum. Amara.
Hi, Amara.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm asleep, but you could probably wake me up.
I get my arrow out and like tickle his nose with the feathery end.
Barclays, you mean?
Barclay.
Yeah, anyone would wake up at that.
Make a
Barclays.
dexterity check.
Amara,
'Cause
hi.
I'm like,
Amara, hi.
I just know these things, even when I sleep.
Amara, hi. Amara, are you angry with me?
Yeah, I am angry with you, Gunnar.
Why are you angry
I am.
with me? Why are you angry with me?
What do you mean, why am I angry at you? You quite literally ignored me.
I didn't ignore you.
Yeah, you
It
did.
was like,
Did you respond?
it was like,
Did you respond?
it was like, did you go inside? You know
I-
what it was like in there.
I saw what it was like in there.
That's right.
I understood what it was like
No,
in
you
there.
didn't, because you didn't go inside. It was like I could hear you, but it was like nothing mattered. It was like there was no worry or concerns.
It's good to know.
It is quite intoxicating.
It's different out here.
Yeah.
I'm slamming chocolate.
It wasn't bad, but it definitely doesn't mean that I didn't care.
Why are we here?
I don't know.
No, I mean, this whole tower, this test.
I don't really understand it. And I don't know why we're in this hallway.
Why did we come here?
Because I wanted to learn who I am.
Do you think you'll learn in there?
I don't know. Do you? Do you know where I'm supposed to go? Because I don't have any idea. And I'm just trying to work things out as I go. So stop trying to blame me for just trying to figure things out.
I'm not blaming you.
You are.
Gunnar. I'm not.
You are.
I'm trying to make you take some responsibility.
I am.
It doesn't feel like it.
You don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing.
I know we're not supposed to be lingering here, and I know
How do you know that?
because we were told.
If we are not to linger here, then where should we go next?
I was told by Oberdin to rest. That was the last thing he said to me.
You were also told by Oberdin not to linger here. So
Yeah.
which one is it?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's my point. I'm just trying to stay safe.
Cool.
It felt safe in
I'm
there.
just trying to stay safe too, and
It felt safe in there. It did. Don't you think?
It felt safe, but it was artificial.
Yeah. This whole place feels artificial.
Is there somewhere I would feel secure under a natural sky?
But how do we get there?
We just say we open one of these doors.
is Barclays awake at this point?
He sure is.
I'm gonna.
He stuck a feather in
You
my
saw
nose.
Rook just yeah,
Show a whole feather.
tickle that
He did make a dexterity check, by the way.
and
What'd you roll?
It was 18 plus 4 was 22.
Well, what happened?
did you fail that? Did you roll less than that?
Oh, I didn't roll.
Dexterity check as well.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Ooh. No, that's 10.
Okay. Without any issue, Rook, you just slide that feather underneath Barclay's nose, and you feel ticklish, and you do open your eyes.
Do I laugh?
Yes.
I whisper, fuck you and Bavolo.
What? Me and who?
Bavolo.
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
You don't like Bavolo.
I'm not commenting.
He's a big fan of you. And Amara.
Barclays. While you and I were out here,
Oh, sorry, one sec. Feel good. Long rest good.
Level up good.
Maybe not level up good. Did I regain any spell slots?
Not within that time frame.
You were sleeping for like 3 minutes.
That's 3 minutes. of my life.
I managed to have a look at some of these. Well, not inside some of these doors, but I checked them out. One of them, it sounds like there were waves behind it, almost like it was close to the ocean.
Do you know what the waves sounded like?
Like crashing waves.
I have to be crashing onto something.
Yes.
I heard something a lot more unsettling behind one of them. Well, it just didn't sound good. It sounded like a fork, like tapping on glass.
Okay, murder door.
That's very specific.
I heard people speaking, just talking. I didn't hear any words. I just heard them talking behind another door. I heard behind another door. I heard like a fire. It sounded larger than a normal fire.
Did you look in there?
No, I didn't look in there.
Okay.
And then I heard the sound of a river flowing and like
Hey,
feminine laughter.
Oh.
And
Did you?
you can resist fire.
I
Maybe we should go check that one out.
So I just ignore Gunner and I keep speaking. And I say I opened the river room, the door that sounded like there was a river inside it. It was actually really pretty. Lots of leaves. The moon was super bright, like almost daytime bright. And there were two, like, remember when we were at Farizo's place? That thing, do I know that it's called a dryad? Like the dryad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw two of them chasing each other and they were laughing and hiding behind trees.
Where did that thing say it came from?
No.
Feywild.
Yeah.
Could that be what you were seeing?
I don't know, I didn't go inside, I just opened the door.
I must say, of all the places you've mentioned, it's the place with the water and the laughter.
Yes, if I have to choose between the door of eternal flame and the laughter/river door.
What if they're all illusions?
We don't know, Gunnar. Where do you think we should go? Does any of these places ring a bell to you?
No. I mean, I only know about the Feywild from what Amara said, but none of those other places sound familiar to me.
Barclays, are you wearing your gloves?
Are you wearing underpants?
I'm wearing my normal traveling gloves.
Do you still have that tattoo?
Oh, we can get tattoos
Oh,
done.
my special mark. Let me take off my glove and have a look.
Still there.
It's still there.
Maybe we can.
Oh, that's the tattoo.
It's
Was there a way that we could contact her?
it's quite dulled, but certainly still visible, like
You
like
can
an
see I
old
haven't been
scar.
Using it really much.
Did she say that we could contact her through that, or was it the other way around that she could find us?
She could find you.
Yeah.
It's Farizo's dryad.
Maybe if we start talking about Farizo really badly, she'll come.
Alright. Talk to the hand.
You talk to the hand.
Farizo is a very bad man. He lacks swagger,
I'm gonna grab his
style.
I'm gonna grab his
Hand.
hand and go, Friezo is the weakest, the most pitiful of the 12. If he
Ooh,
were
ooh.
here,
He's got a shit beard too. I heard he let it go.
You know,
Door.
you know Farizo might show up here. But
Amara,
let's do this. This could be interesting.
which door? Which
Do
door?
I feel my hand do anything? Like
I
even a
pointed to
tingle?
I'm gonna go up to
Make
the
a
door.
perception check.
I'm gonna go up to the door that she points at. I'm gonna open it.
Which door are you
He
pointing
asked
at?
me which door, and I pointed at.
The Fae.
dryad
The
door.
yeah okay. 15. You all start talking into Barclays' palm of his hand. Barclays, you look down and you don't feel anything different about the hand, this particular symbol. But what you do see is this hand just start to, or this symbol just start to have. almost like a reversing tattoo. That's just being. It's starting to look like it's starting to burn into your hand, but not with that sensation. But just you see the symbol become clearer.
Do we remember her name? Can I roll
She
for it?
didn't give you a name.
I'm gonna grab Barclay's hand and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say,
It's clean.
I'm gonna say, come to us, or we tell Farizo that you told us everything.
Okay. Simple moments pass, and from the hall, not through any particular door, there seems to be another figure coming out from the same direction where Da had come from, but a lot quicker, a lot more agile. And you can see a speed about this thing that leaves these things in its wake, and you look beyond and you see what looks to be simply a humanoid looking like a bush, with leaves just billowing out from this feminine body's. And as she strides up to you, she seems to be hugging the right hand side, so your side that you're all on, of the hallway. And she's making her way extremely quickly toward you in a matter of seconds, much quicker than you've anticipated. She's the same dryad, these green and yellow leaves surrounding her, and you can see butterflies, the same sort of butterflies on her person, just sitting calmly, as though she didn't move at all. They are around her entire body, this beautiful and odd, weird-looking V-shaped head to a point. These black, thin eyes and this nose that's very small but very pointed. Thin mouth, as you remember her. These small branches that make up her head and hair, sort of molded in. There's no real gauge differentiating those two parts, but then on her hair are these same leaves and butterflies. I've come.
I'm sorry, we just needed to get you here. Didn't know how else to do it.
Why?
Because we don't know where to go.
I know.
I hope we don't need to cast any more Zone of Truths here.
But it tickled, and I so enjoyed it.
Yes, but these byways, something that Friso uses.
They are.
So you're familiar with them?
I am not.
Can you
I
tell him
have
that
been
we're
here once or twice.
Can you tell him that we're here?
Well, I would, but he will not hear me. Not here, anyway.
Where are we?
You're in the corridor. The hallway of many doors. There are many names for it.
How do we get out?
Where did you come in?
The door's gone.
Oh. You didn't come through one of the other golden doors. A different door. Oh. Well, this is a bit of a turn of events then, is it not? I know the way out.
Can you tell us?
And you call me here with threats, and then you see, and then you want things of me. That is not very fair.
I don't know, I remember threatening you.
I did.
You did not, Dragonborn. Others did.
I feel like we are in a bit of an impasse.
What's your name?
A bypass?
If I give you my name, I reveal something very secret about me. I do not want to give it.
What if I give you a secret in return?
Oh, the temptation, one that I can give back to Fariso to hang over your heads like you've done me.
I'm very open with Fariso.
He has not seen you in some time. But
Have we betrayed you, though? In your request. We've kept our secret.
Well, you have. He has not mentioned anything about you. About the secret I shared. I so appreciate it.
I hope you do. The knowledge you've given me jeopardizes the land I come from.
You have not used it, though. Why have
No.
you not asked him? Have you not been curious?
Because your life and a promise, and an honest one at that, is important.
Fair and noble.
Perhaps. And you have an opportunity to repay that.
How do I? Oh, so I'm forever in your debt, am
Not
I?
forever, no.
Well, when
I
does it
shouldn't
end?
shackle you like Fariso.
Then after this, I lead you out, and then my payment is done. Is that your bargain?
We're not trying to. I didn't want to threaten you. I'm not threatening you.
Well.
That was a false threat to get you here because I don't know your name.
So therefore, well, just saying my name will not bring me here.
Yeah, but it might be easier to communicate with you.
Well, it was enough that you said some terrible things about Fariso. That certainly got my attention.
Then how else would we get you here?
I meant those things. You tell us.
You will be very interested to know that.
You won't get it.
What was your question? So forgetful. So I lead you out. Is that what? And you?
I'm not sure that being out of here is what we want.
Oh, you are curious about what's behind these other doors? Then perhaps treasures, perhaps nothing.
I turn to the others and say, where do we wish to go? Do we want to return to Oberdin, or do we want to seek our freedom?
We're following a man named Overton. We need to continue on this.
Do we?
I feel we do.
She simply looks.
He doesn't seem to care about our lives.
I feel he, but Gunnar,
Yes?
you know that Amara's referring to you.
What do you mean?
No, I was referring to Oberdin. He doesn't care
I'm also
about our
standing in
lives.
front of the door with the door open now.
You see the same thing, simply the beauty of this small grove with the backdrop being mountains and trees and forest, and the same thing that Amara saw was nighttime, but with a brightness that you've never seen before. Certainly nighttime, though. The beautiful different globes of either stars or planets, you're not sure which, and moons hang above you, and the same sort of creature that is conversing with you now, this dryad. Two of them simply looks like they're having fun.
Is this where you're from?
That is a nice door. That's one place that my kind live, yes.
Is it where you're from?
Not me. I live in another part of this place. That grove does not belong to me. I live in another grove.
But can you get to your grove through this one?
It takes a long time. Through the golden door that I use is a bit more convenient.
What's the... Could you tell us which door is safest? You seem to have been here before.
Safest for you?
We want to rest.
Well, if you want to rest, I can lead you somewhere. That is not a problem. Will then our debt be paid? And you will not speak.
What debt?
Well, it seems as though these threats, they mock me. They make a... They
Could
make
we not just continue to use this threat until
What? Hang on a
we
minute.
see fit?
Why are we threatening her?
How else was I supposed to get her here?
No, you're threatening her now. She's here now.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to help us.
I don't think that's true. I think she's scared of us.
I can get you somewhere that you can rest. Is that not what you're after?
Somewhere safe?
Yes, of course.
Can I see if I believe her?
Yeah, sure, make an insight.
I also.
Absolutely. Make separate rolls though, please.
I'm gonna start packing up my stuff and picking up Pete and
Pick it up, Pete.
giving Rook back his feather.
Oh, no, it was on the end of my arrow.
I rolled a
Typically
24.
A 24, okay.
Have you tickled someone else with this before, Rook?
That's my special tickle feather.
Oh yeah.
What? Do you actually have a feather
It's
in your
brown.
inventory? Do you actually have a feather in your
No, it's on the end of my arrow.
Terrible.
And I broke everyone up. So I'm glad I broke everyone up. Most. A tickle feather.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
What do we
Okay.
What do you mean?
Can I remind the Dryad when you're ready?
Go for it.
There's no though my companions may have incited some bad emotions. Remember, I took nothing from you,
You did not. You've been kind.
and I've kept my promise.
Yes, but we've been traveling for such a long time together.
And Friuzo has supported us as well.
He has been good to you, no?
He has.
Well then, I just would submit to you then, sir. Just leave me be.
I asked for you not to submit, but be honest. Are you still in danger yourself?
She's hiding something from us.
I'm not in danger.
Then why such fear? We experienced this back in the tower, and I still feel that there's something you're not being forthcoming with.
He gives me many secrets. And I know much. I find it difficult to keep the secrets to myself. He does not know that.
Frieza is probably someone I trust the most out of anyone I've met.
He is trustworthy.
Yeah, and you're right, he has supported us, he's saved our lives. He is the first person that spoke to me in my language before any of these people. And I might have threatened you, but never out of maliciousness. What are you hiding from us? You have my word that it will not be passed on to Frieza. You can hold it above my head.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Can I give her advantage, knowing that I never actually took anything from her?
Make a separate one.
It was terrible. It was a 6.
19. Oh, sorry, no. Persuasion?
Yep.
Better 20.
A 20? Okay.
That's not that. That's
She
18 plus 2.
Sure. She doesn't seem to take your words, Amara, but looks over to you, Rook,
It's
and
the top
says, I know you will tell them why I may be fearful, but I will tell you anyway. Because I think they trust you more than they trust me, but I would ask that you keep this to yourself. Will you do that?
No.
Do you say that?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
So she's whispering to me now.
She is whispering. She does guide you away from everyone. Quite far. What's everyone else doing?
Trying to listen from afar.
Okay.
As this door opens with Gunnar, I'm gonna look through it and do I recognize the stars?
Make a survival check, please.
Hey!
Does time seem to pass faster inside the rooms and not where we are? Is there like any like time dilation or anything like that?
If you're trying to compare the hallway to that particular room that they're looking in, just make make another survival check. Actually, 14. The stars and the moons do not look familiar. You've travelled far, Thulrom, and none of these orbs in the sky have a match. The Sybaris does not appear in the sky. The 5 rings that usually glow bright and day, you just cannot see it. So you are fairly sure you're not looking at Corvair.
I'm gonna lean to Gunnar and say, look at the sky. Do you see how there's an extra moon? This is not where I'm from.
Where'd you roll, Barclays?
Yeah, I don't
10.
think it is where from. It looks to me like it's the Feywild.
You spend probably only about a minute, Barclays, looking from hallway to this room, into this world. Nothing seems to be familiar to you. As she takes you aside, Rook, and I'm just going to message you something.
Barclays, what should we do?
I don't know.
Rook?
I don't have,
Hey! Hey, can you hear me? We're over here.
As you do that, you watch as the 2 dryads turn swiftly, and as they do watch, for just a moment, their eyes just widen, and they both just mold and disappear within a tree. It's not like they're moving behind it. They jump in and disappear completely out of view.
You scared them.
No, it was you.
It probably was me.
Try to be less scary.
I think if we want more information on what door, sometimes it might help to ask our old friend, Dar, because he knew what was behind
Where is he?
every door.
Where did Dar go?
I think he was in the inn, or in the there.
What?
And I point to what was that? Lace. What,
Was
did
he
it actually
in the
have a
tavern?
name? Yeah, he walked in there.
I thought he left.
I'm gonna check out some of these other doors. I'm just gonna kick some of them open. Well, not kick. Just gonna open some of them.
Is that long for open doors?
I'm gonna open the doors. I'm gonna walk up to the door that sounded like there was a beach behind it. And I'm gonna, again, similar to what I did, I don't want to enter through. I want to kind of keep my distance, but I want to open it.
So where are you going? Which one?
The one that sounded like it had the crashing waves.
Hold your
behind it.
breath.
Okay.
Can I do the same thing? I'll look at the sky and see if I can tell where these stars are from.
Take a breath.
If you want to do that so soon and just take stock, I'll need to make you have the same roll. But if you want to take about 10 minutes, I can let you roll again. So you choose.
No, with the same roll.
With the same roll? Okay. You are not familiar with where this world is. No.
No, this is not our world.
It's not Covey, you know that.
No, this new place.
Coming up there.
This one.
The one that Myron just did.
Does that make sense? Okay, cool.
Does she open it yet?
No. So you open the door, and as you do, inside you see. Is anyone close to Amara? By the way, while this is happening.
I'm in the
So
hallway.
that roll
Yeah,
was
is
a
this
check.
like the first one that I came across?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
so
one with the
is
waves.
that- were you back where we kind of started?
I'm not
So
far
that's a check
from.
the door that she's opening.
Oh, sorry. Okay, apologies. I thought you meant this
No.
with the Fey creatures.
I'm close
Okay.
to where the Fey girl came.
Okay, cool. So you're near Gunner. So Thorum, you go next to Amara with the same. With the no, I'll let you roll another one, and you choose with it whichever's highest. Amara, you open this door. Thorum behind you, and this dryad that you've been talking to, just waiting for. Oh, actually, she's now finished with Rook and is starting to do almost glide towards you, back towards you. What'd you roll, Thorum?
That's a 7.
7. Okay. You've don't really know where you are here in terms of what's in front of you. It is weird, and because what you see is a wall of water, and it looks and you have the sound of the waves, but it seems as though the sounds are coming from a distance, because before you lies simply a bridge, and this bridge and everything beyond your vision is as though you are underwater completely. You see beyond a sea, an ocean floor, it seems, or but this does look like an enormous cave underneath the water, where at the far ends of this bridge and then the cavern beyond, there seems to be ships that have sunk and have broken in 2s and 3s, broken masts. There are starfish in the water. There's nothing living except for one thing, apart from these broken pieces of wood. There is, sitting probably in the middle between you and the very far back of this cavern, about 100 feet away, is this enormous table, massive. It's probably a good 4 or 5 times your height. A chair adjacent, where an enormous trident, which is covered in barnacles, is leaning with this flowing silk green cloth or material of some kind. It's flowing in the water, and sitting, writing in an enormous book, this beautiful female humanoid, but giant, about 4 or 5 times your height, simply sitting, these bubbles coming out from her mouth, underwater. She's not taking notice of any of being underwater. She seems to just be her sort of chest is going out and in as though she's breathing underneath there. You see that you don't see what she's writing specifically, but you see this enormous quill that doesn't appear like it's wet per se, and she just seems to be writing something. She has this beautiful golden hair, and it looks like the dress she's wearing is made up of water itself. The entire gown that she's got on is this swirling, wavy water, and then that's how you get to the point of knowing that that's where the sound's coming from. It's actually her dress that's just like a whirlwind of clothes covering her.
I'm gonna say hello. I'm just gonna call out to her and see if she takes notice.
I do not like this room.
Hello. Greetings. And the voice appears as though it's right next to you. Loud. Everyone hears it. Through the hall.
Who is that?
It's a water person. What's your name?
Where's her bloody name?
Maybe you should have.
Gerenthas. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just whispering.
Gerenthas is my name, and yours, little one.
I really don't like being called little. It's Amara.
Greetings and salutations, Amara. Will you not join me?
What are you writing?
A book, let us say.
Oh, say?
Ah, damn it.
What's the book about? Why don't you come here?
She sort of gives a bit of a nod and she strides forward out of her chair, and her face and neck and shoulders get closer and closer. She's just walking normally through this underwater. As she comes towards you, her body is bigger, it gets bigger and bigger, and the doorway only can encompass her face and neck as she sort of leans down slowly and looks through. Her face now, her nose out of the water, and she gives you a wide smile. I am here, Amara.
What's your book about? Doesn't happen to involve prophecies, does it?
Did you tell your name?
Yeah. Thulrom, pay attention.
My kind, actually.
What is your kind? Excuse my ignorance, I just haven't seen him.
Not at all, not at all. We are known by the world as storm giants.
Okay.
What other questions pique your curiosity, Amara?
Does she seem aggressive? Or
Make an insight.
passive aggressive?
Make an insight.
I heard of storm giants before.
You can make an Arcana check.
Mark an Arcana check.
If you still try.
Oh, that was a nat 20.
Beautiful.
Plus 6. 26. I'm walking into that fucking room. Yeah, it says 5 subs and steal the trident. I don't see 5 subs in there.
You'll also get 3. You get 3 points as well.
20.
For
want
Arcana
three
as well.
points.
Okay.
I also
Thulrom,
want to go in there.
yeah, there's certainly some semblance of memory in regards to seeing the word storm giants in a list of giant kin, and just regarding the types that roam Corvair and beyond, and that live in different places under mountains or on top of craggy rocks for hill giants, under the water for storm giants, or above the clouds. You also see.
Hold on a second.
my God.
Wait, pause. So, NVCDM commented 5 subs and Amara goes in and steals the trident. And I made a joke in jest with Rook. Rook was like, oh, go in and steal the trident, see? 5 subs and steal the trident. And I was like, I don't see 5 subs there. And NVCDM has just gifted 5 subs. The DM ruling, do I have to go in there?
No, you don't.
You can,
No,
you can.
the DM's not going to make you do it. But come on. This is for the subs. So
But you should.
yeah.
Wait,
You have a
do I
moral.
have to, or does anyone have to?
No. You
Can I
do.
zone the truth in Nostrum?
Yeah.
Fun time.
Also, though, thank you, NVCDM.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I mean, even
I know that
just
sounded very ungrateful.
not at all. No. I mean, obviously,
As well, you make characters laugh.
of course.
Do it.
However, just be aware. We have given these.
This isn't
we
a
have been-
reward. This is just something
No.
we came up with.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Unless he wants to make it his reward in next session, we can maybe implement it. But maybe not this session.
Look, I think because you're being just so generous.
Do we just win the trident?
Just because you've been so generous. Thank you so much. Let's continue for now, and we'll see where this goes. So just be aware that this is a request from.
The trident is massive, though.
It's a huge. Yeah, exactly right. So just be aware that that's a thing.
Okay.
Could I
So
carry it?
physically, I couldn't.
What's
It's
that?
the size of a lamp.
Could I carry it?
You can certainly try. Now,
Last words.
it looks quite heavy. With those rolls of 20 that you two made, just quickly continuing.
26. actually.
26? Wow, freaking hell. You're aware. You're aware of a couple of things. You're both aware of the same things, though, because you rolled
Ours
it.
was inside, mine was Arcana, so ours is
Oh, I'm
roll.
sorry. Yes, from the get-go, She doesn't seem hostile at all. There is simply, she actually seems, if anything, just purely amused
Okay.
at this, even an initial streak of anger at some sort of intrusion to her writing quickly turned into simple, almost joy at seeing someone.
Okay.
For your role, you've certainly gonna known about storm giants, more specifically about that they are, as a race, usually they do good deeds. They are good creatures. They live either high above the clouds or deep below, out of sight of humankind for the most part. It's actually quite rare to come across someone like this. They keep to themselves for the most part, but when they are quick to anger, they can easily cast up enormous storms that can fell ships, and they have done so in the past for retribution upon their home, simply in defense of someone or something disturbing them or trying to harm them. They have powerful water and air magics that they can cast. They even are aloof among their own kind as well and tend to steer clear of others. The one thing that they do have that you know is an alliance with silver dragons. Something that dragons themselves don't tend to form alliances with, but storm giants are worthy in the eyes of these dragon kind.
I'd like to read your book someday.
You may, perhaps, if we all live through the days to come.
What do you mean?
I've seen your world, or worlds in general. There seems to be some sort of intrusion occurring. We're doing what we can,
What
but
do you mean intrusion? By who? By what?
I do not mean to alarm.
That's okay.
We simply are watching for, perhaps for a time to intervene when it becomes too dangerous for elves, humans, dwarves to do more.
Father Blue? Is it Father Blue?
Do not speak his name here. But yes, him.
Why? Can he hear us?
Him and others, perhaps.
Will they come?
Perhaps, which is why, for safe measure, perhaps best not to continue this conversation.
Have you, and stop me if I'm not allowed to speak of this either. I don't know if I am. Have you heard the name by Selu before?
I have not.
You haven't. Okay. She was working with the person the thing that we just mentioned.
He has many servants.
She's dead now. We killed her, or at least we think we have.
Good. If you are fighting it, then continue doing so.
What can you tell us anything that can help us continue to fight it? Because we obviously don't see what you see.
We don't see much. We do not see much more. Our kind can help, like others are. But many have died trying, because he has many allies.
Can you offer us a safe place to rest?
Here, if you want.
That looks underwater, where I don't know if we can breathe.
Yes, will we be able to breathe in there?
I can form a bubble for you that will indefinitely keep you here and safe and warm.
We want to help, just so you know.
I thank you and appreciate it.
How can you breathe underwater?
We have been blessed.
By Ado?
By others.
And also Ada.
She continues, we have, our kin simply have an innate ability to fly through the air or breathe underwater. It makes us seem above others.
But we are seen incorrectly.
Can you teach us to breathe underwater?
It is not something that I can teach. However, stay and tell me of your stories, and perhaps in return I can provide other means for this.
Garanthus? Is that how you say it?
Gerinthas.
Garanthus? Do you know much about the Dreaming Dark?
Some.
Do you know if they're working with this thing?
They are not of this world like this other being is, but I assure you, they would not ally themselves with anyone but their own kind.
Okay.
Why?
They're after me.
Be careful when you sleep then.
I don't.
That is
As
wise.
much as I can.
That is wise. Your companions should heed the same warning.
You think that they would come after my companions too?
If they know that they are your friends and they are after you, they will stop at nothing to interrupt their dreams as well.
Awesome. Good to know.
I didn't know that.
I don't have dreams.
Do you sleep then?
Yes.
That is enough. Well, will you stay? Will you speak of perhaps your experiences with what we have discussed? In my abode, in my haven, we are safer than here.
I would like to stay.
I trust her.
I do too. In particular, I would love to hear tales of that mighty trident. Fuck. And I point at the one in the distance.
It has seen many battles.
Someone had to.
I will guide you in the knowledge of my weapon.
Thank you.
Rook.
Am I with the group after being with the
You have gone back and heard the last few questions and conversations regarding this. This dryad is only a few feet away, observing.
Rook, Barclays, do you guys think this is a good place to rest?
Out of interest, did I learn how to marry?
You did not.
I
Oh, the sports storm giant?
No, the dryads.
No.
No, okay. Are you sure? No.
Do you know any dragons?
I do.
Are they nearby?
They are a few doors down.
Like 3?
Which one?
I tried.
How many doors? Which one?
Tried.
It's the
I
8th
know.
door beyond mine on
You
the
didn't
same
get it, you just
side.
went
And is it a good dragon or a bad dragon?
They are sleeping.
Good sleeping or bad sleeping?
I have tried to waken them.
Maybe we can help.
How?
I don't know. Why are they sleeping?
It is not of their intention. These sleeping drakes are part of a group, a secret. Perhaps I should not say more, however, for I do not know you.
We're friends with dragons.
Gunnar,
And I have a friend.
the drakes are not our concern. You are.
Dragons are powerful.
They may be, but
They know lots of things.
are you not concerned of your friend
Which one?
and why we've been set here?
Well, all of this is here. All of this is part of it.
Would
He
you
didn't give
be?
me a special task. He just sent me here.
Would you rather be lost amongst time with these endless quests and toils, or would you rather figure out what you're trying
That's
to?
what I'm trying to do.
Where should we proceed?
Where else would you have me go?
If it's rest, it is. We can do here. Apparently, it's somewhere that is safe, but we need to continue on your journey, not others.
But how do we not know this isn't part of the journey?
Do you feel like storm giants are a part of your journey?
I don't know.
Either way, we must rest.
Did you feel that a vampire was part of your journey?
Well,
Did you feel that demons were part of your journey? None of this makes any sense.
no. Something. There's nothing in the back of your mind. I know that you said that you've come from the Mournlands. None of this seems to be a part of the Mournlands.
There were dragons in the Mournlands before.
Not storm giants. Not oceans.
No, this isn't our place.
Are you saying all this out loud, by the way, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
This isn't where we're from. In there, and I'm pointing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Do I know if this is like the plane of water or?
I can't. While you do that, this Gerinthas speaks up and says, "You are all tired. I sense this. Perhaps discuss this in a more safe place. The one thing I will say is that I feel something. Perhaps it's fate, perhaps it's destiny, but
Would you say that fate is gripping us?
I'm not sure. But it's odd that you should come before my home with something of power upon you. Why do you have these parchments, these things that you hide?
What? Are you talking about the prophecies?
I am.
How did you know?
Like I said, we have certain powers upon us. It was not hard either. And if I can find these quite easily, others can as well. But this puts me in an interesting position. As I said, 8 doors down, you will find these sleeping dragons. They are of the chamber, a secret conglomerate of dragon kin that talk and write and have always written these same prophecies. But they are asleep. Something has put them to sleep, this being that you have mentioned.
FB?
And this water keeps dripping down her face as she says, "Go on, Thulrum."
If I was to cross this threshold, could I breathe?
You can.
It's good enough for me. I'm gonna cross the threshold.
As you do, you move through and you feel no water as this bubble starts to occur around you.
I'm gonna follow.
You all... Oh, sorry, Amara goes through as well. You're following close behind Thulrum?
Yeah, I'll wait like 10 or so feet.
Okay. You appear in the same bubble and you can breathe normally. Listen well.
This is weird.
With these parchments, you must somehow gain their powers. Or you must use whatever powers you possess already. Find some way to wake these dragons.
Would your trident help us wake the dragons?
I think she's already tried to use her own powers.
Maybe they need some entertainment.
I'm not sure.
I wasn't suggesting that we wake them up now.
Would you wake them up inside? Would you save them?
Well, that's what I was suggesting, but not right away.
Then we shall continue.
I'm gonna look at our new storm giant friend and say, What do you want to know from us?
Your story. Tell me how you came about these parchments, and more importantly, tell me if you know of this chamber, and know of any way to try and wake them.
Up inside.
The purpose of this is such: if you were to somehow make them alive again, you might, and we may be able to be saved. I feel like whoever has put these great beings to sleep, this thing must be stopped. Perhaps by defeating it, perhaps subduing its servants. But it seems like you are on the right path already if you have downed one of their own already. If this is true, then we are closer. So come, join me here, rest.
I'm gonna run down to the door that she suggested the dragons were in, and I'm gonna take out my quill that I used to write my book, and I'm just gonna mark a little. What does the door look like exactly? Does that have like a handle or?
It has a handle that you would turn, and this particular door looks like it's like all the other doors, simply plain, but does have this handle. There are also, like you would see on a wooden door that would have carvings into it, like rectangular, usual, what would you call them, like indentations sort of thing. Ornamentation within it, but very plain. Two large rectangular versions of those.
Okay. I'm gonna just mark a small tiny mark right near the handle, but
Yeah.
You kind of have to tilt your head to see it, so it's not immediately obvious.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back.
I'm gonna sit down in my meditation state, and I'm gonna say to her, if everyone else is happy for me to, I will tell you as much as I know. But I need to meditate first.
You may.
I'm gonna start meditating.
I'm in the hallway. And I'm just making idle chit chat to my Fae friend.
Okay.
Just talking about my tattoo, the one that you gave me.
Did you want me to get rid of that for you?
Oh, how will I remember you if you get rid of it?
That's right. I don't want to forget you.
Yes.
Well, and I can still come along if whenever you need. I will be here.
How's Farizo been?
He's been not too well. He's
A bit stressed, yes.
I worry for him.
Oh, we worry for him too. He's got big responsibilities.
He does. Now with one of the Arcanics now downed and defeated by you, apparently. Well
Yeah, does
done.
anyone know about that? Or-
Many do.
Many do? Okay. Are they saying good things?
All good things.
You know if the king knows.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Farisa talks about him a lot as well.
Right. Okay.
As far as I'm aware, perhaps when you exit here, I'm sure he would like your audience.
Now, what are they doing about the available seat on the 12?
Already someone is being interviewed for that. They have apprentices and others that they can call upon.
Okay. So is there any new news? Any new big developments? Are things moving quickly?
Well, it seems like an enormous army of Warforged are heading towards the Demon Wastes. They seem to be avoiding everything quite nicely, apparently. They seem to simply disappear from one place and appear in another. It's driving Fariso quite mad.
Right. So he hasn't worked out exactly where they're going to attack.
I don't think he believes they're not going to attack anything yet.
Right.
They're avoiding fights left, right, and centre. Oh, have you heard about the Maror Halls?
Well, I heard some pretty awful things. Dwarves losing their heads? Can you believe that?
It seems to be changed now.
Oh, They've got their heads back? Or they've lost something else?
Oh. Well, the drow have attacked.
Oh, wait a minute. So the dwarves have lost... Many have lost their heads.
They
and
have been weakened.
Oh, and the drow's taken advantage of that. Very cunning.
Crona Peak is under siege.
Wow, okay. We should talk more.
I'm sure Farisa would not mind if I imparted this.
Yeah, but just me and you know, have a chat, talk about the things, I can let you know some things. You know, we like to share information, don't we?
Your friend does not appear like she wants to.
Am I privy to this conversation? You should talk more.
Well, huh?
Why not? You know that your secrets are safe with me.
I know.
I cannot pass on the information that you tell me, so talk more. Did you know my friend here? He's quite charming.
Oh, well, that I'm aware.
You should watch him play his instrument.
Which one?
Which one would you like to do?
I'm actually good with blades. That's my specialty.
Dryad,
Blade
please. Indulge us. What would you like to see?
At the moment, I simply want to leave. You seem to be in good hands already. May I take my
Come
leave?
now, we've spent so much time.
I know, but Friso is calling me. I must go to him.
So we didn't chat?
Not at all.
Barclays. I'll keep hold of this, if you don't mind.
Say something nasty about Friso again and I will come.
Gotcha.
Is that an invitation?
Anytime.
Please, I look forward to it.
She says nothing more as she turns and simply scatters leaves and butterflies in her wake. And they disappear and just float away into nothingness as she turns the corner of one of the hallways and disappears.
What did she say about Corona Peak?
Corona Peak is currently under siege by the drow.
Ah, the drow. How close is the Corona Peak to
away.
Laurel Holds?
So Moor Holds is here. Corona Peak is in Moor Holds. It's the capital.
Right. And where are the Warforged amassed at the moment?
They're going this way.
Warforged are, as far as you're
the demon
aware,
waves. There we are. Top left.
as far as you're aware, about here, where it's sort of above Shan, but quite a bit above.
Okay. Well, yeah, Rook. Your Warforged army is gathered strength, and they seem to be disappearing and popping up and disappearing again.
I am interested, yes. I thought that they would be going for the capital of Breland. But,
So I was going to say, Thorum, just so you know what you missed, this dryad has, you're right, this dryad has shared that the drow have come up from the Underdark in the Moor Holds and is holding Corona Peak, the capital of Moor Holds, under siege. Yeah.
it's interesting that they're heading towards the Demon Wastes. It makes me question some of the things that I originally had in my mind from the beginning of our journey.
Do you need to talk to got the red cape?
Victor?
Yes.
Perhaps, but I have no idea how to reach him. We need to continue with...
Oh, we do, but I'm just saying at some point, if we get the chance, do you need to message him?
Perhaps either him or maybe Pervac.
Pervac, okay. Well, we'll sure arrange some carrier pigeons as soon as we can. Is that a valid way of... maybe not the most reliable way of communicating?
It is a way.
It is a way.
You certainly know that this is to be true.
It's like Australia Post. You know, not the fastest, but generally we'll get there eventually. Can you see what I'm seeing? A wall of water in there?
I must admit, it makes me a little bit nervous. The others have continued in, so...
So, you have marked
Yeah,
the
I
doorknob.
think I actually got an answer about my trying to discern whether if it was the plane of water question.
Yeah, sure. Apologies. It is.
I rolled. Did I tell you my roll?
What'd you roll?
I know.
That's fine. It certainly is the plane of water. It just seemingly because above and below and around you, there seems, when you looked in, there seems to simply be nothing else. And your understanding of this is the elemental plane of water is one of the only places, not even under the dark corners of the waters of Corvair would you normally find storm giants. So it's not necessarily about what you see. It's actually about what
The situation.
the situation. Correct.
So I'm in this bubble within the water.
You are.
Up and down? As I'm in normal water, or am I-
Yeah. As you now start to test your movement, as you're stepping, the bubble around you only, and Amara actually, as you walk forward, Amara stays, and you see the bubble start to separate. And as it does, you hear an underwater as your bubble is now solid only around you, and you can move normally like you would on solid ground, but you're moving forward. You can see above and below you this weird look of visible flow of water all around you, and as you walk forward more, one of those starfish, a pink and white mottled, goes into your bubble and then out again.
That's cool.
I'm walking.
All right. You also feel yourself as this. You actually see this storm giant mutter under a breath, and this wave of magic overtake you as you also step through, and this smaller bubble appears around you with this.
Is this the plane of water?
It is your name.
My name is Char.
It is good to meet you, Char, and your companions, for whom I think many of us are going to hold in great import.
I guess. Can you help us get back to where we're from?
Where are you from?
Corvair?
I can guide you in the general vicinity, but I do not, as much as I would like, traverse the hall in which you travel. I do not know all of them, but I know that people have been told of a door back to where you have traveled from, a little ways up, within a group of about 4 or 5. It may be one of them. How long are you planning to stay?
I'm just meditating at this point.
Just the one.
We don't have any plans, really. We're just kind of trying to figure stuff out.
Well, rest. Rest if you would like. But further in, if you please. Beyond the bridge. And you can
What's the bridge?
you can see the bridge is probably about 20 feet of simple stone, again barnacles and very, very small fish in schools of a silver and white. Just seem to float above and below, and this bridge is sitting on a cavern floor, and you can see the floor on either side of you just go down about 15 or 20 feet on either side, and this cavern opening, it appears at the end of this bridge, and it just seems like it's connecting this solid bit of stone to the rest of this cavern.
Our friend is meditating.
She can stay. If you all would like to enter, it is fine. I will take care of her from here until she is ready.
What are you guys gonna do? You coming in?
No, we're in the hallway.
Can I like bobble in?
Yep, a bubble appears around you as well, and you almost fall over, and as you do, you the bubble steers itself to right you once again, and you're simply standing.
Do I have the... Oh, so I'm like I would be if I was standing on... I talk to Barclays. I don't know if you can be inside the bubble. It's fine, Barclays.
You hear him perfectly.
Okay. So I run, and I take it like I've watched them go in and have some fun with this. So I do like kind of like a side vault, you know, into the space, and then like kind of backflip over into the bubble.
Sound actually travels further underwater.
Amazing. Should we check out that trident?
Trident.
As you make your way in, you leap into the waves, and as you do, you feel this cold, cold water envelop you, and no bubble. As you only dive about 5 feet into this solid mass of liquid, you all watch as...
Can I swim down and try and pull him into my bubble?
As you... make an athletics check, please. As you pass into the water, you all look around as you see the golden door slowly close behind you, now that you are all in. This large face, sort of moving back, and this storm giant now righting herself. She turns as you are just blowing bubbles, as you are trying to fight two things: a huge flow of water that's trying to take you away from your current position, and the inability to breathe. And as you all watch, she turns and with one hand takes the trident from her, from the resting place where her chair is. Rook, what'd you roll?
Bonus action. Oh, my roll was a 10 in total.
A 10 in total.
Plus 2.
You attempt to move over to try and grab him, but before you do, whatever rush of water is beyond the bubble is quickly moving Barclays away from everyone.
Can I bonus action Zephyr Strike?
I can let you make a Zephyr Strike straight away, but it's not technically bonus action because you're not in combat at this moment in time. But you can cast it.
I think in my mind I've seen my friend not be in the bubble.
Yep.
He's
gone.
fighting the current.
I'm trying to find
A way to reach him, basically.
getting 65 feet movement.
Sure. Yes.
Catch up to him and pull him back in.
Okay.
Even though I failed that, I don't know what that's going to do.
Sure.
If
For
I
the
can
purpose
catch
of
up.
this, I'll say that you cast it before you made the check, because I feel like you would. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you would react in that fashion.
Well, I turned around to him and said to him, like, yeah, you can come in.
Yep.
So I can see him.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
You cast Zephyr Strike on yourself, but at that moment, she takes the trident and holds it around you all and says, "Why this interest in this all of a sudden? Why do you have a curiosity?
I don't.
Some of you do, and I feel like we need to discuss this before I let your friend live."
Alright, there's this guy named NVCDM.
What's that?
And we got give some amazing subs. And if you were given this many subs, you would think about detridening somebody.
Yeah.
This would have, at this point, like, this would have broken Amara out of her. So she's going to say, "Guys, stop."
As she, at this point, I'll let you do something, Thulrom.
I'm going to turn to her and say, I opened a mysterious door, and in there I saw an underwater palace. It was a beautiful giant, and she had a trident, and so I took interest.
Persuasion check. Do you want to do anything at this point?
No.
Okay. I'll wait for Thulrom to make his roll. 16. Okay. Please remember that number, Thorum. As she holds her trident over you all in a defensive position, a couple of things happen. You all stare at this enormous being of power, this trident, and the three spokes that are now slightly glowing in your direction. You are all seeing Rook start to blur and speed towards Barclays, while Barclays is desperately trying to swim back to you all as he's already 10 to 15 feet away. Amara yells at you all, and Thorum has mentioned his simple awe at the situation. And as you all stop and understand the position that you are in, you all look around you and you feel purpose, you feel danger, you feel as though it is a moment of clarity as this being is looking down on you. You feel like you must act. And with that, you are all invigorated with power. You all are now level 9. And that's where we're going to leave the session for tonight.
Wait. Do I get my spell slots back?
You all get your spell slots back as you level up.
Let's level up on the stream.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
Wow.
Yeah. do we need this level for a reason?
You don't know. You don't know.
I'm leveling up.
I don't know if I'm ready. I've been late for a while. It's like
Level 9.
yeah.
Wow. So close to level 10.
Jesus. I hope everyone enjoyed that this evening, and went on that ride with me. I thoroughly enjoyed that session actually.
Hey, I can run on liquids now.
What?
Bless you.
At 9th level, you gain the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without falling.
Is that a movement thing?
Yeah.
In your movement, you can.
It's called unarmored movement.
Oh.
You are in the right place.
Apparently. Jeez, I did not pick that. Cool. Well, I'm going to end it there, the stream. But goodness me, one more big thank you, please.
Oh, goodness me, yes.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait,
I
I
was
just rolled.
jumping into
Lol.
advertising.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you so much for the subs that once again you gift us with. It is beyond words. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed tonight and what we provided to you. Have a wonderful evening. Everyone say goodbye as we leave it for tonight, and we can't wait for next week and to entertain you once again.
Yeah, everybody that gave us all those massive subs today, guys, again, means so much. It's fantastic. We look forward to making the community a lot bigger. So I hope you're in next week and we can do it again.
Cool, guys. Have a good
Without
night.
money, you don't have to do it.
Have a good. See you later, everyone.